$100.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code COOL to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code COOL for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code COOL for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Ladies and gentlemen, just moments away. The Jim Colbert Show. On Wednesday. It's going to be lit. Not only will Scott Maxwell be on, but comedian Tom Segura. That's at 4:20.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. Are now listening to the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
That's right, guys. Here we go on a Wednesday edition of the Jim Colbert Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate that, as we do every single day. And we do have a great program for you today. We'll get you caught up on what's happening in the world. We'll do that at 3:20 with Woke News. 4 o'clock's a hot hour. Animal House, Central Florida Zoo dropping by. Justin and Amanda will come in with a friend. 4:20, it's Tom Segura. He's playing the arena here soon, the Kia Center. Coming up, we'll talk to Tom about his show. We'll end it up with Scott Maxwell trivia, Ross Thoughts, Last Call, your calls, texts, and talkbacks all day long. Welcome to the program. I am Jim. To my left, my lovely and very dangerous co-host, Ms. Deb Roberts.
Hello there.
Straight head producer Jack Bradshaw.
Good afternoon.
Comedy alien, Ross Padgett.
Blow the dust off that thing.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us, 77031. Find us easily on social, Instagram, Facebook, at The Jim Colbert Show. On Twitter, just at Jim Colbert Show. And, of course, all day, every day at JimColbertLive.com. Check us out on YouTube. Just go to JimColbertLive.com. Click right through. Give us a like and a subscribe. And if you want to send us a talk back, just download the iHeartRadio app. Go to Real Radio once you get it. Use that little microphone to send it on down the line. How are you guys doing on this Wednesday?
So far, so good.
Yeah.
Beautiful day.
By the way, Deb, you saved my life. Man, have you guys ever had like a really gnarly toothache?
Oh.
Like a really gnarly one? God, I got a
Yes,
back.
it was the early 70s.
Yeah. My back right molar, a few weeks back, I cracked my crown in half, and I have yet to have it replaced.
Oh.
Not cool.
So I just got like a nub back there now.
A little shard.
A shard, and that thing kind of gets irritated. It was a hoot. And it's one of those pains that goes up right behind your eye.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
it
my
just
God.
radiates through your skull.
Oh, it feels great. It feels like somebody has the right side of my brain and a pair of loosely tightened vice grips.
Oh, there you go.
I'm confused. How did Deb help? Did she give you a tooth? What's going on?
It's unfair.
Take this.
You know
I'm
what?
not using
I
it.
am kind and I carry a lot of crap in my purse, but I can honestly say I don't have spare teeth.
That is a fair question. No, it was a crown. It just happened to fit. A couple Advil, buddy.
Oh.
Yeah, a couple Advil to take the edge off. I don't take pain pills. I don't like those things. I have to be really pretty much writhing in pain to take a pain pill. I hate the way they make me feel. I'd rather deal with the pain, really.
And the Advil is enough, right?
Advil's fine. It's like killing it right now.
Exactly.
It's doing a great job.
Well, I mean, wouldn't Advil still be considered, though, a painkiller, right?
It would,
is,
but not prescription strength.
Yeah, not one of those opioid things, right? This is just like an OTC thing that doesn't really give you any euphoria.
Who needs that?
Yeah,
I don't want to be happy.
Who wants that?
Curse euphoria.
I look for mildly miserable.
I don't like that. I don't like that feeling of weightlessness because I have that motion sickness thing.
Oh yeah.
So when I get the feeling of weightlessness, it actually makes me nauseous. Like I'm sure that's what it does to everybody, right? When you make opioids, make you nauseous because of that, right? They make you feel kind of weightless.
I haven't taken any.
You've never taken a pain pill?
I have taken Advil. I've taken ibuprofen, and
But you've never taken a codone of any sort?
I have not.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
You're a rarity, buddy.
Yeah, well,
He has a reason.
Well, yeah, when you see your dad deteriorate over a span of a childhood, you go like, I'm gonna be afraid of those orange pill bottles.
Well, I'm going to ask you real quick. Is that what it was?
It has to be to a large degree. I've always had a conflict within myself of going, is that the reason why? But I've also I haven't really looked for it. I've also haven't been put in a situation where I need a heroic dose of a painkiller.
That's what I was going to ask. So you've never been in a situation where you needed one? Broken bone or any severe pain tooth or anything like that where you needed one?
No, I've never been offered during a time of need, but I have been offered, at parties and whatnot.
Oh, yeah.
But I've never went down that.
That would be an odd party drug to offer somebody. I guess I'm sure that happens.
Not really.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
no.
I've not heard that. Now, look, it's so funny because the people who are pill users that I am familiar with specifically are pill users. Like they don't do many other things. And so therefore in the party scene, I had no idea that you could be at a club party scene and like an oxycodone or an hydrocodone or whatever the case may be, or a Vicodin would be kind of offered as a party drug.
Or they just hear that you stop by Walgreens and the script is in your car and they're like, really? Because I've got a really, really bad toothache. I could really use one of those.
They're such downers, though. That's what I would think that nobody would want to use them for that. Like you could understand what's the ADHD one? Adderall. You could understand that.
Yeah.
Kind of keeps you rolling, get you, kind of get you up a little bit. The others are like,
if it bangs you up and gets you a little twisted, it's in the party.
It's in the scene, huh?
Yeah. To a certain degree.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that that's the go-to move of party goers, but if you party hard enough, you're gonna find somebody who has Xanax.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Are we talking about your situation yesterday, or?
That's
Are you saving that for later?
No. I was just, I had a huge dog scare. My dog's really old.
And the reason I asked, buddy, and again, I should have probably asked you before the show. I really should have. The reason, it's so stupid. But the reason why is it's so relatable to people. Because, everybody has this. Like, everybody kind of deals with this at some point. So the reason I ask is because it's so relatable. You have an elderly dog.
I have an elderly dog. In fact, I think I've talked about the first really big piece of bad news about my elderly dog, who is, I felt it when Jon Stewart did a monologue about his dog that passed.
Sure.
Because one sentence that he said that really stuck out to me was, he goes, I hope you get that dog. I hope everyone has a lot of dogs usually throughout a life, but I hope, I'm rooting for you to get that dog, to get your dog, your apex pet. And it's hard for me not to think of a black and white little Papillon that I met on my first date with my wife, because it was my soon-to-be girlfriend a week later's dog. So she means the world to me.
Mm-hmm.
And she also means probably two worlds to my wife.
Yeah.
So yesterday morning, she just kind of lost the ability to walk.
Yeah.
She could not really move, and she was not looking great. And we had to, I started panicking and eye dropping some water in her mouth, and
really,
yeah,
that bad? Could you hold her head up?
A little bit.
Wow.
So it was.
When I called you, or when I got the call from you, and then called you back, obviously the tone of your voice, and I could hear in the background that it was dire, and I felt terrible for you.
I just thought off of what I saw yesterday that it was a coin flip chance, and I'm also, I'm smart enough to know that this is a 15-year-old dog. I'm not going to deny the cards that are in front of me over my dog.
Right.
But it still, of course, doesn't help too much more. But she is alive.
Yeah.
I feel like I should clarify that. Like, my dog is alive. She's definitely on some pain medication and off of the vet's visit. They threw down that although my dog does have cancer, that's actually kind of old news. It has a type of skin cancer that I forgot. Basil leaf.
No.
Bali.
It's basal cell.
Basal cell.
Carcinoma.
I just always think about the leaf and soup whenever I think of what she has.
He's got that cilantro cancer.
Yeah.
And when you say basal cell to me, I think it's a new car battery.
Yeah. It's one of those. So she's already had that condition. And then yesterday, I would say, though, for the very first time in that dog's existence, her age finally caught up.
Yeah.
And now she's I think she can't deny the mirror anymore. She's officially an old girl.
And with dogs, it happens so quickly.
Yeah.
It really does. They go from being spry and fun to just not moving around a whole bunch. It really
the vet
is.
says you have a month, and then the next time you visit, they're like, this is your last week together.
Like a Charlotte's Web scenario there, right? Where everything's fine. You're talking, you're writing words in the web, and the next day you're telling the kid that you're going to be going away.
Yeah. But the vet did say, though, that the good news,
Spoiler.
because God knows I'm in need of good news right now, was that it wasn't, we were thinking, what happened? Who knows? But the good news is also the bad news. It's just degenerate.
She's just getting old.
She's just getting old.
She's going to go through these spates of being well and not being well.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the thing that Jon Stewart said is very unique because here's the thing. This is your first dog.
In a lot of ways, it really feels like that. I've lived with dogs throughout my whole childhood, but being a kid and living with a dog is kind of like having a roommate as a dog versus having...
So you have like an embattled relationship with it?
Yeah, you're more bros when you're a kid with a dog.
Right.
But when you're the dog's dad, that's a first. And in that instance, that's absolutely, in that way, she's my first dog.
So that's interesting because, you're saying, Jon Stewart's saying you hope you get that one dog because that's what he was all broken up about. He'd had his one dog, but Jon Stewart's also 60 years old. And he's had a lifetime of dogs to kind of judge that against. I mean, and you could say Zelda is your all-time fave.
Yeah.
And I would say that about Dexter. And then we get this thing that we have now, this freaking love nugget now, who kills me every time I walk in the door, is like breaking it off in my emotions. She's so sweet. So now I've got to figure out if this is my all-timer. Deb or Jack has Jeets. Obviously, he's on the list now. And Jack told us the other day he's not getting another dog after Jeets calls it good. He's going to kind of call it. He's going to give it a break for a while.
Yeah, I can't. For some people, that's the right move. They need to turn around. They need a dog in their life, but I need to.
He was familiar with a situation that just happened like that, where they had a dog pass untimely and went out and got another dog pretty quick.
Yeah, I have a feeling. If that situation and when that situation happens, I have a feeling we'll have like 2 weeks of having just one dog.
And then that's,
that's another factor because you have another dog who had a companion in the house.
There's that, but dude, that dog is on its own planet. I have two dogs. One of them rocks. The other one we haven't really talked about for a reason.
Well, when Dexter passed, which was my Mastiff for people who are just tuning in, and that was a couple years back. My wife and I had come to the conclusion, like, hey, look, we're going to try life without a dog for a while because we had the miniature dachshund that passed like the year before, and we knew Dex was going to be passing soon because he was 12 years old as a Mastiff. We'd already gotten extra years, borrowed mileage on him, and we were going to try that too. I honestly think it was, 11 days, 12 days? And then we were trolling like online ads looking for a dog and then wound up in a mall parking lot meeting somebody with a van full of them.
Yeah.
No papers, no nothing.
I'll knock on all the wood. There's so many things that I want photo-wise for this era of my life. And one of those photos is seeing that dog Zelda right next to my child in September. I will spend every single one of my dollars to have that photo happen.
Very good. All right, 407-916. Well, I'm glad she's well, bud.
Yeah. She is alive. Right. She's just on drugs and kind of barred up right now.
That's all of us right now as we speak.
Yeah, she's nodding.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Jack said it best. Tom Segura will be on the show today at 4:20, promoting a show coming up this next weekend at the Kia Center, where the guys are going to be there in a suite. You can win tickets to that this week, actually, right?
Yep.
And we have today, tomorrow, and Friday remaining on that?
Correct.
Very nice. Deb, what do we have for news today?
Well, we've got Nikki Haley ending her campaign for the presidency. Closer to home, the Orange superintendent considers changes following a missing student's death. And police are searching for a young man who dunked his head in a store pickle barrel.
That is...
so wrong.
Yeah, it is.
Ruined all those pickles.
Wow.
We'll talk about that more coming up next during Woke News.
All right, you got it. 407-916-1041. Again, text us at 77031. Back in a second with Deb's News and more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Got an iPhone? Sweet. Just tell Siri to play Real Radio 104.1.
Watch out for an accident causing a bit of congestion where John Young Parkway meets 33rd Street and onto some of the major roadways. Traffic is up to speed on State Road 429 in the Greenway, and it's pretty mellow on Florida's Turnpike. Eastbound and westbound on I-4, expect delays between US 27 and approaching Sand Lake Road. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Gatorland.
Gatorland knows you need more animals, more gators, and more fun. And now, Florida residents get what they need for less with $17.50 admission. Now through the end of March. We know what y'all need. Y'all need Gatorland.
Tools Ace Hardware carries the best brands and grills from Weber, Big Green Egg, Traeger, and Napoleon. They also have pizza ovens from Uni and Gosney. Need to make sure everybody has a nice place to sit with outdoor furniture from Pollywood. And they have service tech specializing in grills to keep for any repair or warranty issues. Plus, you get free assembly and local delivery on any backyard purchase, $3.99 and up. It's Tools Ace Hardware, 13 convenient locations in Central Florida, including their brand new store in Hamlin that just opened. You can shop online at acehardware.com for free in-store pickup or delivery. It's Tools Ace, your local helpful place.
Divorce? Call Trenley and Kramer, TK Law, onefirmforlife.com.
Life is too short to let allergy and sinus issues hold you back. At Aspire Allergy and Sinus, we understand the impact these challenges can have on your life. Imagine a life free from constant sneezing, itchy eyes, and sinus headaches. Our expert team provides comprehensive allergy testing and personalized treatment plans, ensuring your specific needs are addressed. Simple relief, better life. At Aspire Allergy and Sinus, visit aspireallergy.com to schedule an appointment. aspireallergy.com and tackle your allergies head on.
A picture is worth 1,000 words, but a video is priceless. I'm attorney Mo DeWitt, and we have access to every single traffic camera in the state of Florida. Injured on the go, just call Mo, Orlando's injury attorneys.
Let the professionals at Fence Outlet save you time and money. We handle everything from the free estimate to the install. We do it all, and you get 0% financing. So come into Fence Outlet or visit fenceoutlet.com today. License number C-10252 and C-10803.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In Office Orlando.
McDonald's McCafe Iced Coffee wakes you up like the perfect song. The 100% Arabica beans get your head nodding. Yeah, then the cream drops like a smooth bass line. Add some ice to chill it down. And some French vanilla flavor. There you go. Or change it up and go with caramel. Either way, it's a stone cold classic. Start your day with $1.49 McCafe iced coffee, available during breakfast hours only. Music to my ears. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. My day just flows better when I make my first stop McDonald's. I can choose two faves and save big when I bundle a savory sausage McMuffin or flaky sausage biscuit with crispy hash browns for breakfast for $2.79. Or I can make Mickey D's my last stop. Lunch, dinner, a late night snack perhaps, when I bundle a crispy McChicken or juicy McDouble with delicious small fries for only $3.69. Now my day is made the tastiest way when I bundle and save at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Valid with product served.
Over $6 billion in tax refunds were flagged by the IRS for possible identity theft in 2023. If you're in a bind this tax season, LifeLock can help. Their U.S.-based restoration specialists are dedicated to helping solve identity theft issues, and all plans are backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, which means if you lose money because of identity theft, LifeLock will reimburse you to the limits of your plan. Go to LifeLock.com and save up to 25% your first year with promo code CLAY.
Did you know one of the best investments you can make? It's in yourself. At My Computer Career, in just a few months, you could start your new career in the high-demand, recession-resistant field of information technology. Isn't it time you invest in you and start a career in networking, cybersecurity, AI, or upskill to boost your current IT career? So, get the ROI you deserve at My Computer Career. No experience necessary. Start now at mycomputercareer.edu.
Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI Bill.
real. The hit true crime podcast Paper Ghosts is back with a haunting mystery in the shadows of the Ozarks. Season 4 unravels a darkly intriguing cold case from 1989 as a community continues to search for answers about a missing girl, various suspects, and a potential connection to BTK.
It's gone from, okay, we don't think something's quite right, to there's some worry going on now because now we've found some of her clothing.
Listen to Paper Ghosts on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
1 in 3 women and 1 in 6 men will experience domestic and sexual violence, but you can help raise awareness and funds to support survivors and stop abuse before it starts. Sign up today for the annual No More Week 5K. It's simple to do. Run, walk, bike, swim, take your dog for a stroll. Any step or movement counts, anytime between March 3rd and 9th. And no matter where you live, you'll be part of a global team, making a difference together. Go to nomore.org/5K now to sign up.
iHeart Podcast Update. This week on your free iHeartRadio app. Math and Magic. Stories from the frontiers of marketing with Bob Pittman, Season 6. Join iHeartMedia Chairman and CEO as he analyzes the math and magic of marketing, sitting down with today's most gifted disruptors. Marketing School, digital marketing and online marketing tips. Actionable digital marketing lessons learned through years of being in the trenches. Office Hours with Mike Stive. Mike sits down with the world's most important chief executives to answer your most pressing questions about leadership, career, and life. Hear these podcasts and more on your free iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
New South Window Solutions. We manufacture, we install, we guarantee. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
We now return to the Jim Colbert Show.
Evil eye, buddy. If you're nauseous, you're making other people sick. What you mean is nauseating. That drives me nuts, and it drives everybody else nuts when I point it out. But you feel nauseated. If you feel nauseous, you feel like you're making everybody else sick.
407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show. We are nauseating. Or nauseous, I'm sorry.
Yeah. We're not late.
Welcome back. I am Jim. Jacket and Ross are right over there, and Deb has your news.
And now, it's time for Woke News. It seems like kind of a misuse of the whole woke on the Jim Colbert Show.
All right, as always, Woke News is generously brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don. Starting off with something we had mentioned yesterday during Woke News. You know, we often talk about like when the bird flu struck, look for turkey and chicken costs to go up.
Yeah.
Well, the Texas wildfires could very well have an impact on beef prices going forward because the Texas Panhandle, which has been torched by wildfires, is ground zero for the state's cattle industry. Agriculture Commissioner Sid Miller said that at least 3,600 cows have died, and that number is growing. Miller added over 500 houses and barns have been destroyed. The flames also torched the grasslands, leaving cattle without anything to eat. So there's been a desperate need for hay. They're putting a call out for hay to all neighboring states and counties, saying if you've got hay, please bring it to us so that they can save the cows that have survived by giving them something to eat.
Good Lord.
All right, speaking of things going up in smoke, Nikki Haley is dropping out of the GOP presidential race. She made that announcement earlier today, but did not officially endorse Donald Trump. The former South Carolina governor picked up just one win on Super Tuesday yesterday, that being in Vermont. Her exit sets the stage for a Biden-Trump rematch. Just days ago, though, Haley cruised to victory in Washington, D.C.'s primary, garnering nearly 63% of the vote, making her the first woman to win a Republican primary in U.S. history. She's already ruled out running alongside Trump as his potential vice president. Haley served as the former president's ambassador to the United Nations from 2017 to 2018.
Old bird brain.
Yeah.
You know, not many political stories are also weather reports, because if you didn't hear that, that also means that the hailstorm has cleared up.
Oh, yeah, the
hailstorm. Hailstorm's over, guys.
Unfortunate clear skies.
Well, you know, hailstorm could still have some residual effects, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, but they immediately both started lobbying for her constituents because, you know, she was still pulling 30% in some of those primaries. And, you know, it's bad news for Trump. I don't care how you look at it.
She could deliver some straight line wins or something.
It'd be ridiculous, man.
All right.
Weather joke.
Yeah.
Straight line win.
Yeah. Did you get? Thanks, Jack.
I don't know weather.
Just give it a couple of years, Ross. You'll be watching the Weather Channel before you know it.
I feel like less of a person now.
I promise you I will not.
The
20 years from now. I get it.
I know exactly.
I'll call you.
Thank you, Jim Cantori.
I'll text you in 2026 with a good one.
Yeah, the Florida Senate has passed a House-approved bill that bans homeless people from sleeping in public. The measure requires local governments to designate safe and secure shelters or camping areas for sleeping. Now, those areas must be drug and alcohol-free, include such things as security, running water, sanitation, and rehabilitative social services. The bill now heads to Governor Ron DeSantis for his signature.
Do you think he'll sign that?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. He's very much come out and said he does not want Florida to turn into San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I misheard that. So if that law passes, we're like, all right, homeless people can't sleep outside, correct?
So that means like on sidewalks downtown Orlando,
benches,
the
public
overpasses,
places,
that will no longer be allowed.
So then where do we put them?
They either go to a homeless shelter. If they refuse that, I believe they can be arrested, or local governments will be in charge of having to set up camping areas.
All right.
Now, if you're going to be planning any kind of a party and you're planning a balloon release, you're going to want to get that done soon, even though you really shouldn't because they're horrible for the environment. But a proposal banning the release of balloons is heading to the desk of Governor Ron DeSantis. The bill would consider the action a form of littering, and that means violators would face a $150 fine, with a portion of the money going to the Solid Waste Management Trust Fund. The measure would also increase punishments for anyone who intentionally throw debris or trash onto private property.
Mm-hmm.
The legislation could become law as soon as July. I think of the case of a yacht in South Florida where they had a bunch of balloons on the side of the boat, and they were seen on video just popping the balloons with them falling into the water.
Oh, yeah.
Which, of course, then the birds, the fish eat, and everything else. So
everything works out great after that.
Not only that, those Mylar balloons, if they get caught up in power lines, can actually knock the power out.
Yeah.
So that's another reason. The state attorney's office in Sarasota County now says, you know what? We have no plans to charge former Florida Republican Chairman Christian Ziegler with video voyeurism or any crime. Police have now released audio of the interview with Christian Ziegler in which he made it clear what was really on his mind. And that was Ziegler says he was worried the story would go nationwide, and says he was more worried about the public relations than anything criminal.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I hope this guy becomes homeless and sleeps outside so he can face justice.
Officials say there were inconsistencies in the victim's story pertaining to details of an October sexual encounter. Now, after the initial allegations, you remember Ziegler quickly lost the support of Florida's top Republicans and was ousted as chairman.
Yeah, but his wife is hanging in there.
Yeah.
She won't have it. She's not having any of that. She's like, I'm not stepping down from this school board position. You must be crazy.
Don't even, girl.
And she was a bit absent from the 60 Minutes interview, though.
Oh, was she really?
Well, they had Moms for Liberty.
Yeah,
on.
I saw that. Yeah. That's going everywhere today.
Oh, yeah. All right, there's a new tool to make sure Floridians don't fall for solar panel scams. Attorney General Ashley Moody was in Jacksonville yesterday to unveil this new resource. It's called Scams at a Glance.
It's called a gas engine.
The dark side of solar.
Scans at a glance.
And it includes information to recognize, avoid, and report fraudulent practices. The tips include getting quotes from several companies to compare offers, being cautious of companies asking for large upfront payments, and understanding that all installations require a permit, no matter what they may tell you. You can get more info at myfloridalegal.com. All right, I was actually kind of shocked that this already wasn't the case, but the Orange County Superintendent is considering a policy change following the disappearance and death of 13-year-old Madeline Soto. The teenager didn't show up to Hunters Creek Middle School on Monday, February 6th, and Soto's mother says the district didn't notify her about her daughter's absence until almost 6 p.m. that same day. When she shows up to go pick her up, they're like, oh, she's not here, and she never was. So Superintendent Dr. Maria Vasquez told WFTV that she's hoping to change the process by alerting parents about their child's absence as soon as the first class of the day.
Is that in response to one of the reports I saw yesterday regarding the Soto murder, was that her story wasn't adding up with the evidence that they had?
No, this is separate from that.
Got it.
Yeah, this is separate from that. This is the fact that Madeline didn't show up to school, and the school never notified her mother that
They're supposed to tell you that like immediately, first class, right?
I don't know. That's the change they're looking to make in Orange County. Other Central Florida school districts already follow similar procedures, so it looks like Orange County is the one outlier. I don't know how much time they would give themselves to call, but to her mother, when she went to pick her up that afternoon, is when she found out that not only was she not there, but she hadn't been there all day long.
Yeah, Jack, can you remember that? Yeah, I mean, you
Seminole County.
You had a kid in Seminole County schools recently. How did they do it in Seminole?
I remember getting calls, but I don't remember if it was every time.
Right.
No, it was during the school day. It was definitely during the school day.
Yeah.
In that morning. It would have been morning.
And with the Madeline Soto case, and of course her mother's 37-year-old boyfriend currently in jail on no bond because of child sex abuse material found on his phone. This next story will make you go, what? A newly sworn-in deputy has lost his job and is behind bars on alleged child porn charges.
God almighty, what is going on?
19-year-old Kai Cromer was arrested last night, just a day after Indian River County Sheriff Eric Flowers swore him in. He says Cromer had been getting nude photos of underage girls through Snapchat. Now, Flowers says detectives found 100 gigabytes of data.
What?
100 gigabytes of data. How was he able to do that? Well, the search was conducted after Cromer showed up at Vero Beach High School, where one of his alleged victims attends. So she went to authorities saying that the suspect would say things like, quote, "I'm going to be in law enforcement. I'm very powerful," end quote, in order to get them to send their photos. And that's how you get 100 gigabytes of data. The sheriff says Cromer was fired while in his jail cell. The sheriff also wants to hear from anyone who recognizes the suspect from Snapchat, saying he used his full name as his handle on the app. Cromer is being held on $15,000 bond.
God almighty.
All right.
Yeah.
The one you would send to report the crime to, you know?
At least he's in jail.
At least he's in jail. Absolutely.
God almighty, man. Well, got him at 19, too. Well, at least he can't go any farther.
But again.
Thank God he was dumb.
Yes, thank God he was dumb.
I mean, real dumb. Beyond the scope dumb. Dumb.
So I just to give
he
you
was a dum-dum.
another example of how many photos is 100 gigs. I was working on my computer this past week, and I found out that I have 65 gigabytes of photos. That goes back for the last 10 years of my life.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like usually a backup hard drive that you would back up your entire computer on is just a couple gig, isn't it?
No.
That's a terabyte. Yeah, gotcha.
And then 100 gigabytes is a tenth of a terabyte,
Yes,
but still
still
photos,
huge amount.
Photos don't take a large amount of bit. It's a low bit rate, so it doesn't take a lot of storage for a photo. 100 gigs of photos, that is thousands and thousands of photos.
Yeah, which makes you wonder, they've got a lot of, and they still think there's more victims out there.
Good Lord.
They so they want to hear from anybody who had any contact with this 19-year-old. All right, a Brevard County organization is helping people in the Middle East. Merritt Island-based Air Mobile Ministries is heading to the Gaza Strip with 10 water purifiers. May not sound like a lot, but each filter system can produce how many gallons of clean water every hour?
Oh, goodness. I'll go 200.
I'll go 50.
I'll shoot it 125.
25 gallons.
Oh, wow, really?
But 25 gallons of clean water every hour.
That's good.
Founder and President Joe Hurston told WFTV that the delivery is not about choosing sides in the ongoing Israel-Hamas war. The nonprofit has sent 1,500 of these purifiers to more than 4 dozen countries, including Ukraine and Haiti. Also taking place over in Brevard County, Port Canaveral is working on a plan to keep up with demand from the cruise industry. The facility is planning to build a new cruise terminal that's expected to bring in hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue once complete. Other upgrades to the port are scheduled to take place while the years-long expansion is underway. Terminal 4 could open as early as late 2026.
Wow, really?
Yeah, the Board of Commissioners are still finalizing details for the project.
I heard they added 5 new parking spaces.
Oh, yay.
We're all good.
All right, I thought this was really cool. There's a new way for Floridians to engage with nature.
Okay.
The Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission has launched a new interactive website to show people where their nearest recreation sites are. So after you type in your zip code, the WMA Recreation Finder is going to locate the closest nature trails, boating ramps, hunting areas. FWC says there are more than 6 million acres of state-managed conservation lands.
Yeah.
And now you'll be able to find out which ones are closest to you.
Tons of them, man. If you're in Seminole County, they're everywhere.
Yeah.
I know Orange County is a little bit, you got to get outside of the city a little bit, but in Seminole County, these little areas, these little conservation parks and hiking trails are everywhere in Seminole County.
I love it.
Yeah, me too.
I can't wait to look it up for my area and see where they're at. Oh, okay. Target does anybody have a membership? You have Costco, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I do not. I am not a member to any shopping except for Amazon Prime. We have an account there.
All right. Well, you're Amazon, you're Costco, and Amazon.
Yes.
Ross, do you have any?
No. I must be rich. God, I'm Costco and Amazon.
Costco's the work account.
What a baller.
I'm just using that for free.
What a baller, this guy.
We'll add Target to that because they're going to launch a paid membership program next month following the lead of its rivals, Amazon and Walmart. Target subscription program, Circle 360, is going to launch in early April and cost $99 per year. The program will include unlimited free same-day delivery for orders over $35, along with other perks. Target is turning to its competitors' playbook as memberships have boosted business for retailers like Amazon and Walmart. Target's digital sales have declined every quarter for the past year, and they're hoping the membership program will help rev up their e-commerce business.
Yeah, they discovered people don't want to leave their house.
Exactly.
And you had it in this story last week, just about how, or Jim did, about how Uber Eats and the DoorDash is really just, regardless of what your budget is, they find money for that.
Yeah, they do. Yep. Anything to keep the front door closed.
That's right.
All right. If you're a Twilight fan, I'm not quite sure how I feel about this.
Okay.
Because I am a Twilight fan. Movies are books are awesome. But the Twilight franchise is expanding. Variety reports an animated series is being shopped by Lionsgate Television. The news was revealed during a media conference on Tuesday by Vice Chairman of Lionsgate, Michael Burns, who said, quote, there'll be a lot of interest, end quote, in the series.
I was going to say, does that thing still have gas?
The animated series would be based on Stephanie Meyer's book series, which were adapted into the film franchise, The Twilight Saga. The franchise made up of 5 films starring Kristen Stewart, Robert Pattinson, and Taylor Lautner.
Oh, there you go.
I was confused on that was a good news.
Yeah.
Good noise.
Yeah. She thinks Pattinson's cute. He's an odd-looking fellow.
I'm Team Edward all
right,
the way.
All right, Reagan.
So I'm a big Pattinson guy myself, too. I think he's a beast of an actor.
Yeah, he's a good actor.
One of the creme de la creme of the new generation of actors.
That whole Twilight series was so odd because all that white cake makeup they had on all the male figures was so bizarre.
Never saw it.
Oh, man, they're good. They're actually
And
pretty
you
darn
have
good.
a 19-year-old daughter? You have daughters and you've never seen any of the Twilight films?
Dude, what's that third? What's the last one?
You are so lucky.
What's the last one? Twilight what?
I think it's Breaking Dawn.
Breaking Dawn. One of the best endings. One of the best endings in a movie in a long time. When I saw that, I was like, damn, that's a really good ending. Really good. Good twist. Didn't see it coming. Freaking awesome.
Oh, there you go.
I mean, all the vampire kissing was one.
Did you miss the part where they sparkle in the sun?
I'm a daywalker. Super Tuesday.
And then finally, police in one South Jersey town are on the lookout for a guy who dunked his head in a store's open pickle barrel.
That is so dirty. Why would you do that?
Whoever he is, the guy left a fully sour taste in the mouths of workers at Heritage's dairy store in Glassboro, about 20 miles south of Philadelphia.
That feels like it's up to get your ass whipped in Philly, dipping your head in a pickle bucket.
Store workers say an unknown young man walked into the store and, with a splash, dunked his head into the store's pickle barrel, costing the store about $52 in now spoiled pickles.
Oh, you'll find him on TikTok soon.
Yeah, he was dared.
Yeah, trust me.
Glassboro police have posted the dill delinquent's photo online.
Come on, man. Come on.
But say they won't show the store video since they say the pickle poacher was recording himself with his phone.
Yeah.
And he'd probably enjoy the attention.
Sure. Yeah. He said, dude, you will dip your head in that pickle bucket. Boom. Nailed it. Sorry.
And now you all are officially woke.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. There was a little event happening up in, just up north, up in Pennsylvania. Like, you know what? We're going to have some fun. We're going to do some good old American pastime with a little twist on it. I'll tell you what that is next.
Real radio is Real Music Weekends.
Gonna get you too. Another one bites the dust.
Real Music Weekends. This weekend on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hey, Central Florida, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast on this Wednesday. And we are expecting increasing shower and thunderstorm chances through the course of this afternoon. Afternoon highs will climb into the upper 70s and low 80s with a high of 80 degrees for Orlando. These scattered showers and storms will develop over the course of the early afternoon. Some of these could pack a punch as they move through with gusty winds, heavy rainfall, and small hail possible. Much of the rain will stay south and east of the Orlando metro.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in an accident and would like to know the value of your case, go to forthepeople.com to see cases just like yours. You see, all lawyers are not the same. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
This Black History Month and every day, UNCF uplifts the history and culture of the African American community and salutes the past, present, and future of excellence and high achievement at historically Black colleges and universities. As we celebrate our 80th anniversary, UNCF remains effective and steadfast in supporting HBCUs to consistently graduate outstanding Americans of all backgrounds. Go to uncf.org/donate to support the new generation of Black activists, leaders, artists, business owners, and educators, because a mind is a terrible thing to waste.
Are you all worked up and working too much? You know what y'all need? Y'all need to chill out. Y'all need to have fun. Y'all need some adventure. Why? Y'all need Gatorland. How do we know? Ain't no one got more animals, more gators, or more fun than Gatorland. And now, Florida residents get what they need for less with $17.50 admission now through the end of March. We know what y'all need. Y'all need Gatorland.
Daytona Bike Week is back March 1st through the 10th, and there's no better place to celebrate than at the iconic Daytona International Speedway. Home to the area's largest motorcycle marketplace with top manufacturer displays, top-of-the-line gear, custom bikes, and more. Plus free test rides on progressive Demo Road and all the excitement of Harley-Davidson Thunder Alley. It all culminates Saturday, March 9th with America's most historic motorcycle race, the Daytona 200. Don't miss out. Daytona International Speedway is the place to celebrate Bike Week.
Let's talk real risks and real safety for a sec. Right now, banks are juggling debts under the radar. Commercial properties, cars, credit cards they're owed on. It's a bit much, right? Makes you think about the big 08 crash. But there's a smoother way to handle your finances. I've turned to gold and silver. Traditional? Sure. Reliable? Absolutely. Not just shiny objects. Some stability in these uncertain times. Interested in exploring this path? Noble Gold Investments can guide you. They know their stuff about precious metals for IRAs and 401ks. And here's a little nudge. A 1/4-ounce gold standard coin free with a qualifying account only this month. Invest with the folks at Noble Gold Investments. Claim your free gold coin and secure your family's financial future. Just use the promo code GOLD. Go to noblegoldinvestments.com now. noblegoldinvestments.com. Past performance may not be indicative of future results. Investing in precious metals, including gold, involves risks. Consult with your tax attorney or financial professional before making an investment decision.
Have you ever seen a $5,000 pet fish? You can this Friday through Sunday during the Central Florida Koi Show at the Avanti Palms Hotel on International Drive. Go to cfks.org for more information. It's crazy, like a dog show, but for fish.
Steve Kramer here with a divorce tip. Inheritance isn't a marital asset unless you handle the money wrong or your divorce wrong. Then you can lose it to your ex. Call Trenley and Kramer, TK Law. We do divorce. OneFirmForLife.com.
It's the Marketer's Report. Today, Kate Cronin, Chief Brand Officer of Moderna, tells us about the advantages the speed of audio production affords their growing tech company.
At Moderna, we have a mindset saying that we pivot fearlessly. And I think with audio, you can pivot fearlessly. You can go where the news is and bringing in content that perhaps you didn't have a few weeks earlier. It's less 6 months in advance or 3 months in advance when you do a TVC. You're able to create really nimble content, which I think in this day and age, and particularly at Moderna, where we have new information coming out on a regular basis, being able to feed that information to the audio format makes being nimble and pivoting easy.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to all, from national to local, every audience, live conversations, trusted influencers, and the insights and data you need to grow. Not just a media company, iHeartMedia is your access company. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations like The Vinyl Experience. Just search Vinyl Experience and listen now on your free iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
Over $6 billion in tax refunds were flagged by the IRS for possible identity theft in 2023. If you're in a bind this tax season, LifeLock can help. Their U.S.-based restoration specialists are dedicated to helping solve identity theft issues, and all plans are backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, which means if you lose money because of identity theft, LifeLock will reimburse you to the limits of your plan. Go to LifeLock.com and save up to 25% your first year with promo code CLAY.
Sunnyside Electric.
Oh, hi. I'm worried about my electrical panel.
For static electricity problems involving your cat, press 1.
No, my electric panel.
For all other inquiries, press 2.
Don't even have a cat.
Fine. What's your problem then?
My electric panel, it's making sort of a humming noise.
Impossible. If your panel is working normally, it should be silent.
I know. That's why...
Have you tried using those noise-cancelling headphones?
What?
Then you won't hear the humming.
How does that help?
It'll get you off my back.
This would never happen with Frank Gay.
But you didn't call Frank Gay.
No, but I'm calling them now.
When you have an electrical problem, you need help now. A helpful operator to guide you, qualified electricians to diagnose and repair your electric panel, and keep it safe and functional. That's the Frank Gay way.
Wish I'd called Frank Gay in the first place.
Sorry, can't hear you. I'm wearing my noise-cancelling headphones.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
We now return to the Jim Colbert Show.
So we recently moved to Virginia from South Carolina. My 9-year-old's schools in both places would contact us within the half hour after the first bell rings when they're supposed to be in class. We would get a text, and if we didn't respond, we would get a phone call directly from the attendance office. And then to touch on that police officer getting arrested, goodness gracious, this is what we have to choose from.
Yeah, there you go, buddy. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us, 77031. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show here on Real Radio. I am Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. Tom Segura at 420. So if you want to hear us talk to Tom Segura, big time player in the comic world, playing the Kia Center, which is like crazy how many of those guys are doing that these days. It's just bananas. I'm like, one of my questions is that very thing. Like, you know, it just like a comics go into arenas like that. I mean, that was like stuff, you know, spared for like Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence and Jerry Seinfeld and stuff like that.
Andrew Dice Clay was one of the first.
Right? Yeah. I mean, and now it's like commonplace that you know, the arena is just where you go. It's just the power of social media and how you can get the word out. You know, so we'll talk to Tom around 4:20 today. Of course, he'll be playing the arena on the 14th. At the Kia Center. And Deb and Jack and Scott Maxwell will be taking some of our listeners to go up there with them.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Today, tomorrow, and Friday we'll have trivia, choosing those very people.
Watched Ball Hog last night, which is one of his special. The second special ago. The most recent one is Sledgehammer. That came out last year.
Right.
Yeah.
Funny?
Oh,
yeah. Very observational. Very fun.
A little dark.
Yeah. A little dark. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. So I was telling you guys before we went to break that there is a really interesting event happening in Pennsylvania coming up soon involving a national pastime here in America. What do you think would that be? I mean, what falls into that category even?
National
pastimes for Americans.
Baseball, pies, and racism.
Yeah, see, I'll give you the baseball and pie part.
You only want the official ones.
Yeah. What do you think? National pastime for America.
I think you can't deny football because of the popularity
Sure
of it.
thing, yeah. But what I'm saying is when I say national pastimes, I mean like everybody can do, not something you just watch. And I understand that baseball's been stereotypically our quote-unquote national pastime. I think those days are gone. These are things that families would do together, things you do when you go out as a family.
Picnic?
Go to the beach?
Go to the beach is one. Look at it. But how about an activity?
Pickleball.
Pickleball's a good one.
Yeah.
Not as old. A little older than that.
Badminton.
No.
Frisbee.
Something you've done with your family.
Croquet.
Yeah, something that is very low impact.
Tag.
Everyone can do it.
Swim. No. Tag.
In Pennsylvania, there is going to be an event at the Crafton Ingram
Rock, paper, scissors.
Lanes. Bowling is the answer. And it's a very interesting event they're putting on here, Ross. Tell me how you feel about this.
I'm so glad I could get one more wrong guess in there.
I know.
It's only $25 to get in advance.
Oh, you better give me multiple games for that.
You don't have to have any bowling experience. Just love to have a good time. There is one catch, though.
Naked.
That is the answer.
Oh, my God. I got one.
Yay.
Balls out bowling.
No, thank you. That's not a bowling ball where you're putting your fingers there.
But you still have to wear the shoes, right?
Yeah, exactly. You have to wear the shoes.
Because they want it to be sanitary.
That's an awkward look.
You got to be safe.
A Pennsylvania naturalism group announced bowlers will be able to roll in the nude in its upcoming Balls Out bowling event. It is rented out the Crafton Ingram Lanes in Pittsburgh for the event coming up on the 28th. It's only $25 and you can get in, and nudity is required. There is one exception, and this is the thing I think is a little, I kind of get it. I do. What do you think the one clothing exception is?
For
underwear.
children.
Huh?
For children.
No, get out of here.
If you're,
What'd you say?
Sitting down.
Underwear.
Underwear for who?
For women.
Only the women have to wear their undergarments, or they don't have to. They have the
tags.
option to if they want. I can assume some of them may want to for certain reasons.
Dude, I bet you that fan at the end of the thing that dispenses the balls, that's going to be a blast.
The old hand dryer?
Yeah, the old hand dryer.
There's going to be a line for the hand dryer.
Yeah.
Oh, man, could you imagine stumbling into that event unknowingly? Just like, what the? And the other thing, too, is who wants to be at the back end of that follow-through?
No, I didn't.
I mean, you're going to learn some stuff about people.
I got to tell you, I think bowling might be the funniest activity to do if you are naked. That is hilarious.
Because it's funny when you're wearing clothes.
It says it's for anyone who wants to experience bowling in the nude, and who hasn't thought about that, right?
I now am.
Yeah. It's first time, though.
It's open to bowling fans of all skills who are over the age of 18. Boy, that's, no pun intended, rolling the dice there a little bit. I mean,
Hey, over 18.
The group stressed that safety and privacy will be paramount to the event. No photography or video, of course, happening. Sexual activity is not permitted. And this is my favorite quote of the entire thing. Nudism does not equal consent, and harassment will not be taken lightly.
Imagine you fist pump after a 3-strike turkey, and then you just hear the slap of a dong hitting a thigh during your celebrations. It's hilarious to me.
Also, too, it's nature. I mean, if you have a bunch of women, now look, I'm not ragging on bowlers or anything.
Not the most attractive of people.
I'm not saying that there's going to be a lot of female bowlers out there nude, making dudes, get there. Making things happen to guys. But that would be quite embarrassing. Think about that.
I think we could also agree it goes both ways. I have no shame in saying, come on, if you're a bowler, if you're a full-time bowler, I don't think you guys are killing it,
What do you mean by that?
I am
you think
saying
you're not in good shape.
I'm saying both men, female. If you are passionate about bowling, I don't think that's the most attractive group of people.
Yeah.
And I don't even.
You're willing to step out on that line?
I am. I know I'm on a platform here, and here's the thing. I feel comfortable saying that about bowlers because bowlers are cool-ass people.
Yeah, league bowlers. You hear him?
Yeah, dude, league bowlers are where it's at.
You hear him, league bowlers? He's coming at you.
But you're going to tell me that you have the sex V league bowler?
No, you don't.
You think you're going to tell me you have the hips and dips? Where's the bowler with the six-pack?
It says nudity is required with the exception that women can wear bottoms if they'd like. They said in the event page, quote, please bring a towel and a bag for your belongings. The towel's to sit on, by the way. You don't put your naked ass on one of those bowling chairs.
If you've been out to Cypress Cove, you know that. Nobody around there walks around without a towel.
Yeah,
Everywhere they go, they have a towel.
Yeah.
See, bare ass on a bowling seat is how COVID happened.
Right, no. That's how a lot of things happen.
I'll tell you what, I've seen naked tennis matches.
Have you really?
Yeah, the first time I ever did a live broadcast in radio was Cypress Cove Nudist Resort.
Are you serious?
It was wonderful when the guy walked up at 6 o'clock in the morning wearing his T-shirt and his tennis shoes, and my coworkers had the pleasure of telling him he had a big fluff on his
oh my God almighty
nest. And then we gave away tickets to a listener, but in order to get them, you had to come in and get naked.
Okay. Oh, God.
And I'm not scarred.
Okay, no, it doesn't seem like everything's fine. Everything good?
You want to go back?
We can talk during the break.
Place.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Animal House next. Central Florida's doing the house. We'll do that right after this.
And a lizard.
All the cool kids are doing it, and you want to be like the cool kids, don't you? Well, don't you? The Talkback feature on the free iHeartRadio app. Follow Real Radio 104.1, tap the microphone, and speak.
Looking at your normal afternoon slowdowns on I-4 today in the Orlando area, both east and westbound between the Beach Line and 535, as well as between 192 and US 27. No major delays to report at this time for drivers traveling on the Beach Line or along the Greenway. If you see any traffic problems today, make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Did you know Discover wants everyone to feel special? That's why with your Discover card, you have access to 24/7 customer service, as well as $0 fraud liability, which means you're never held responsible for unauthorized purchases. Learn more at discover.com/credit card. Limitations apply.
It's time to upgrade your bathrooms or a bathroom. Rebath of Mid-Florida can do that for you. They're easy to find, 436 up in Altamont. They're right across from Kobe. That's where you'll find their showroom, and that is where you want to go to begin with. When you walk in, you're going to see these great products. You're going to see how they're set up, and you're going to be like, man, I'll just take that one right there. That's not how it works. There are models set up. Those models are just to show you what the products they have look like. Different configurations of showers and tubs and sinks and tiles and lighting and cabinetry. They mix it all up so you can get an idea of what they can do. But you need to remember, every bathroom at Rebath is a custom bathroom. Their design team will sit with you, get your ideas. You'll open up the catalog of their wonderful group of products, and you'll start kind of piecing together what your perfect bathroom will look like. And the next thing you know, they get it installed. 4 to 6 days. Their employees do the work, and they give you a lifetime guarantee on the products and the install. And if you're worried about integrity, do not. They got you covered there. Here's why I know that. You know the blue and the orange stores, the big DIY stores that everybody goes to? Well, Rebath installs their bathrooms for them. So if those guys can trust Rebath, you can as well. Log on today, check out this before and afters, then book your appointment. Your new bathroom is right there in Altamont at rebathmidfla.com.
International Diamond Center invites you to step into a world of elegance and luxury as we roll out the red carpet for the world's 2 largest bridal designers. Next weekend, March 15th through 17th, Tocori and Viraggio will be here with their entire collections. Exceptional handcrafted rings made with intricate detail and craftsmanship. See the entire collection from Tocori. Exquisite handcrafted rings from true artisans in California. And here from New York, see all the latest from Viraggio. Unique, distinctive, and personalized. Find the ring of your dreams and enjoy 2 years zero-interest financing. Plus, at this event, when you buy any Tocori or Viraggio ring, IDC will give you a $500 gift card. Buy the matching wedding band and get a $1,000 gift card. Don't miss this spectacular event featuring the most exclusive designers in bridal, and let IDC's experts help you match up the most perfect diamond for the ring you'll fall in love with. It's happening next weekend, March 15th through 17th, exclusively at International Diamond Center. All 4 Orlando locations on approved credit.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war in term life. Industry rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, a man aged 45, non-smoker, can get $1 million of coverage for $75 per month, level rate for 10 years. Or a man aged 50, non-smoker, can obtain $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of $110, level rate for 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rate for 20 years. If you're a smoker, we have great rates available for you as well. At Term Busters, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. If you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call for a free quote today, 800-200-2250. That's 800-200-2250. Don't wait. Call 800-200-2250. 800-200-2250. Sample rate quotes based on preferred non-smoker rate class. Exam required to qualify.
Add value and security to your property today by contacting Fence Outlet. Now offering customers 0 down and 0% financing for 12 months on any Fence product. Go to fenceoutlet.com today for more details. Terms of financing apply. License number C-10252 and C-10803.
Paid for by government.com. Here's your chance to get 5 iconic United States silver dollars spanning the last 150 years in one amazing set. Experts agree this is a must-have for silver coin buyers. That's right, all 5 silver dollars are legal tender official United States mint coins. If you call 1-800-386-7194 right now, we'll send you this ultimate 5-piece American silver dollar set with each silver coin in extremely fine or brilliant uncirculated condition. Guaranteed. This set includes every type of U.S. silver dollars in American history, issued from 1878 to 2024. Call 1-800-386-7194 now to secure your 150 years of U.S. silver dollars 5-piece set. Plus, receive a bonus display case, an information booklet, and free shipping. Don't miss your chance. Call 1-800-386-7194 now to secure your 5-piece set of iconic U.S. silver dollars before they are gone. That's 1-800-386-7194.
My wife and I both, we ended up mildly sick for a few months, and the nasal congestion was probably the worst part. I had like a post-nasal drip, just super congested all the time. We were taking everything we possibly could, but nothing really worked.
Kyrie was miserable until a friend recommended Navage. Navage offers immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Don't live in misery this cold season. Use Navage so you can breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
The biggest thing Navage has done has completely cleaned out my nasal passages. It was from the first use. I was able to just clear out anything that was stopping me from breathing correctly. Navage helps me clear the way, literally clear the way, for me to operate better in the rest of my life.
Experience the Navage difference yourself. Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E.
For all your windows and doors, go to FASWD.com. That's FASWD.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch at The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Welcome back to The Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Welcome back. I am Jim. Jack and Ross are right over there. It's Animal House with Deb.
She likes them fuzzy, furry, feathery, tough, and scaly. It's time for Animal House with Deborah Roberts.
And as usual, Animal House is brought to you by personal injury attorney Glenn Klausman of Klausman Law. We're going to tell you how you can get in touch with Glenn at the end of Animal House. But now please join me in welcoming back some guests we've had on before, including our animal guest. We have zoo teacher Justin Johnson and ambassador animal keeper Amanda Moser, along with P.T. Cruiser, the prehensile tail skink. Thank you guys for coming in. You impressed by the size of that skink?
Oh
there,
my God almighty. I had no idea the damn thing was going to be that big. It's like 3 feet long.
Yep, they're the largest skinks. They're the largest skink species.
Really?
Yep. He's they can get up to almost 3 feet in length.
Damn, that thing is big.
That is a big
I thought it was going to be one of these little things you put in your palm and like, oh, it's cute. This thing, like, you take off a finger.
Yeah. No.
I'm joking.
Well,
could he take off a finger?
No, so he's an herbivore, so he's going to be eating a lot of plants up in the trees. One of his favorite foods is actually going to be hibiscus flowers. But they're arboreal, so they spend a majority of their life up in the canopy of the trees.
I'll be damned.
Arboreal?
Arboreal, yes.
Arboreal.
Yeah.
Like Arbor Day.
Yeah, and that's hard.
Arbor Day.
It's hard to spell.
I just like that word. I guarantee you people did not know arboreal before this segment.
Now, there are a number of, like, and I'll just say lizard as a general purpose thing here, but there are a lot of, like, lizard species that are, like, different, but they look alike. I mean, how different is the skink than other lizard species and why?
So yeah, there are plenty of different skinks. Some are arboreal, some are terrestrial. I mean, some that can live a lot of time in the water, like marine iguanas love being in the water. Thank you. I didn't want to, these guys love being in the water. I mean, some are omnivores, some are carnivores, some are herbivores like him. We have some bearded dragons that are omnivores, so they eat both salads and insects, or maybe even small mice.
Right.
But
now, where would we find this skink? They're not native to Florida, are they?
Yeah, they come from the Solomon Islands, so just northeast of Australia.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're endemic to the island there. So
that means they're just there.
By the way, you can check this out, JimColbertLive.com. Click through on the YouTube channel. We have PT Cruiser up in his tree, whatever that is. Why is there a green, like what's to be like a gauze,
like a splint?
Yeah,
athletic tape.
Is the tree okay?
Yeah, well, he's a tough guy. He took a number on it earlier when we first put him on here for the first time. But it's actually, this is his first time ever on it. He had a little trial run earlier, and this is the first time it's ever been used. So you guys,
right on.
Yeah, thank you for being here. But so that is because it's pretty smooth. It's primarily geared towards birds, but we thought he would enjoy it more than being kind of in our arms. So because it's so smooth, he's maybe slipping and sliding a little bit on it. So that's to help give him some traction with his little arms, his little hands.
His face looks like it's odd. Like
he's smiling.
Yeah, he's absolutely smiling.
No eyebrows or anything like that or anything like. But his face is just like almost like a snake.
Yeah. So they do have a very triangular face. I'm not sure of the purpose of that. But yeah, they're definitely interesting looking for sure.
And what is that striping that he has there? It's like this one is so much different than any other skink that you brought into the studio. He's so much bigger, but what is that striping pattern? Just normal camouflage?
Yeah, normal camouflage. So he does have a nice mint green coloration. So that's really just gonna help him blend into his surroundings up in the tree. Something also cool that I always like to point out, he's a prehensile-tailed skink. So prehensile just means able to grasp onto things. They're also called monkey-tailed skinks. So if you've ever seen a spider monkey before, how they're able to support their whole body weight using their tails, our friend here can do the exact same thing, which is pretty awesome.
Now, why would he do that? Would he just suspend his entire body to get to food?
To look cool, look like Batman?
I think Ross has a point there, actually. I'm going to go with Ross.
Yeah, so since he's up in the canopies, it's really just going to help him, if there's a big gust of wind or something, really keep him anchored. But also, he's going to be reaching for branches. So just keeping him,
His tail is like a green possum tail. It does.
Look like a possum tail.
It looks like just like a possum's tail.
Yeah, it does, for
and
sure.
it's half their length.
Wow, what a fascinating animal.
At all points in their life, their tail is half their length?
I believe most of the time, yes. Actually, fun fact, especially for all of our ladies out there, this when their gestation, their length of the pregnancy is 7 months, and the baby comes out 1/3 the size of the mother, and they can even have twins rarely.
Wow!
Good luck, good luck to her.
Yeah. You know what? When I go home to my pregnant wife, I'm going to tell her it could be worse.
Wow, that's so crazy. What a fascinating animal.
So because they spend most of their time in the trees, is that where they look for mates? Is that where... Now, is this a reptile species that mates for life? Do they lay eggs, and is it up in the tree?
Great question. So they are very social reptiles, which is something that you don't see a lot of times. If you think of sea turtles, they come, they lay their eggs, they leave them. The turtles are able to take care of themselves. These guys will live in big family groups, so they're very protective of their young. They'll take...
Is there a known hierarchy in those groups?
I'm not sure about a hierarchy.
Like a lizard king?
Yeah, like a lizard king.
Yeah, to my knowledge, no. I'm not too sure about that. One fun fact about these guys is, I love it. A lot of people know humans, we're viviparous. We have, live birth. Most reptiles are oviparous. They lay eggs. These guys are called ovoviparous. They lay eggs internally. They have actual eggs inside of them. And then the eggs hatch inside of them, so it looks like these guys actually give live birth.
But they don't.
Yep, so to our eyes, there's no egg at all. They just give birth like us, but they do have eggs. They're just internal.
So they're just going to incubate them inside?
Mm-hmm.
What happens to the eggs?
Do they just get reabsorbed into the body?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Wow, that's fascinating.
Same thing as a Superman.
So it looks like it how we give birth.
It does,
exactly.
Stirrups?
Oh, stop it, Ross.
His wife is pregnant. He's only got 6 months left to get ready.
Epidural, everybody
He's
gets it.
asking everybody.
Right.
Yeah, epidural will be the next question
That's one.
for
So
PT Cruiser.
How do they attract mates?
Oh, so they
You see the thickness of that tail?
Yeah. Jesus.
Well, they have pretty good eyesight, but they actually use scent a lot to differentiate different individuals in their group. So they're going to use scent to kind of look for mates in that way.
Is that their number one sense? Is scent, or is it smell, or is it sight?
I would say they have pretty good eyesight. A lot of times, like lizards and snakes, they have like a Jacobson's organ, so they're going to use their tongue, the forked tongue, to kind of collect scent particles. Our friend here doesn't really have a forked tongue like that, so I'm not sure about his sense of smell, but we do know that that's how they really communicate.
Can he see Deborah, who's waving about, what, 7 feet in front of him?
Yeah, they have good eyesight to help find food, but also to find any predators as well.
If you saw this thing's head sticking out of like a group of leaves or whatever, you would think that's a snake. Like
It does look like a snake.
The view I
Very
have
similar.
now, the tree is kind of blocking his head. Is it him or her?
It's a him, yeah.
Blocking his head and blocking his body, and it looks like a snake.
It does look like a snake.
He's looking over at
That's
you like,
wild. Yeah, he is.
how could you ask whether I'm a boy or a girl?
Got a
Can't
big
you
old
tell?
fat ass tongue, too, doesn't he?
And it's that triangular face.
I missed the answer. Do they mate for life, or do they get down?
Yeah, so they do mate for life. Yeah, they have
do.
Yeah, lifelong partners.
look at
Mhm.
That's fairly rare in a reptile.
For sure. Yeah, we were talking about they're very social, which is something that we always like to share. Very unique.
How old couple from the Titanic of them?
Oh, yeah.
What's her lifespan?
I was just about to ask.
So about 20 to 30 years in human care. Out in the wild, probably 15 years.
Really?
But our friend here is 15, but he has a long life ahead of him. We
Wow.
provide him all that care. So.
What predates on them? Is it snakes and stuff and birds?
Birds are usually a big predator for a lot of lizard species, and especially since she's up in the tree. I mean, snakes are a possibility for sure, but I would go for birds for sure.
Wow.
Now, what about, is he part of a breeding program at the zoo?
So I'm not sure if he's part of our species survival plans. Maybe you know a little bit more.
Explains why he's looking over at me.
Yeah, so PT himself is not directly participating in the species survival plan, but we have plenty of other animals that are, and we also do have some skinks on exhibits that can be seen that maybe someday potentially we could have little baby skinkettes. I don't know what the baby skink is called, but fingers crossed, maybe someday.
Can you own these?
I was just about to ask if they're a big part of the pet trade.
They are. So they are common in the pet trade, and that's too. We don't know for sure their numbers out in the wild, but it's something that you always want to look into, especially when it comes to having a pet. You want to know where they're coming from, and you also want to know how long they're going to live, and do your research definitely before getting a pet. Because this guy, you might think a lizard, but like we said, he's arboreal. That's not really common with a lot of lizards, and they're very social as well. So you want to make sure you're providing everything that they're going to need.
Now, do they interact with other animals well, or are they pretty much isolated? Like
It'd scare the crap out of my cats.
Yeah, I'd probably keep skinks with skinks.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
really, nothing else. Yeah.
Why is it because they don't play well? Do they use that thing as a weapon? By the way, that tail.
Yeah, not like iguanas. Iguanas are known to give you a little tail slap if you wake them up on the wrong side of the bed. These guys, this is primarily completely just for latching. And believe it or not, he's got some sharp nails. He has nailed me a few times with them, and that helps them grasp onto the branches.
Yeah. I've been known to give a little tail slap in the morning.
I'm so sorry, ma'am. I'm sorry. We don't speak for him.
That's why Amanda loves coming here.
In front of a 15-year-old.
Yeah. What a fascinating animal, man. That thing is really neat. Is this one of your favorites? Like, I mean, you guys work at the zoo. You see these things all the time. You know all the cool stuff, all the ins and outs. This has to be one of those zoo favorites, right? Because it's kind of unique.
Yeah, for sure. I know we have the two on display, his parents. So they're always fun for guests to stop by. But anytime we have any programs where we bring them out, the kids just go crazy.
Do they have personalities?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Do they really?
Mm-hmm,
This one angry, cool, chill, docile?
He's pretty chill.
I'm very chill.
We always find him sleeping in odd positions. It's very funny to look at.
My neck hurts just looking at him.
Yeah.
You should have called this thing Jim.
Come back.
This thing's sleeping all over the place.
Well, listen, we know he's one of your ambassador animals over at the Central Florida Zoo, and congratulations, just started seeing some of your new television commercials.
Oh, yeah.
Advertising the zoo.
Yeah, we have quite a few fun events coming up pretty soon. So this month we have a night hike happening on the 23rd. We also have our Hippity Hop, which is a great fun family event. But for our 21 up crowd, coming up next, this April, We have our Brews Around the Zoo, which is...
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, it is a good one. So a lot of fun things to come up, and we'll definitely have some ambassador animals there as well.
So Brews Around the Zoo is still craft beer all throughout the place, food all throughout the place. You walk around. It's at night. Animals out ready to go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really fun.
It is a really fun event.
The nighttime events at the zoo are magical. They're really, really cool. Not to mention there's not much light wash out there. So when you go out into the parking lot or in parts of the zoo, lots and lots of star coverage, which is awesome.
It's also a really great date night as well because it's fairly inexpensive, but you still and take advantage of this cool weather while we have it before the animals get a little bit more docile with that summertime heat.
For sure.
So where do folks go to get their tickets and more information about the events and, of course, PT Cruise?
Yeah, all of our events can be found on our website, centralfloridazoo.org.
Okay, and I'll be posting that in the Animal House podcast later on. But thank you guys once again, Justin, Amanda, and PT Cruise.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you guys. We love it. And as always, like I mentioned at the beginning of Animal House, it is generously brought to you by personal injury attorney Glenn Klausman at Klausman Law. So if you've been in a motorcycle accident, a car accident, or even a slip and fall, here's just a couple of reasons why you need to call Glenn. First, he's never going to pass you off to a caseworker. Glenn is going to personally handle your case, so much so that he's going to give you his personal cell phone number and then pick it up when you call. Just a couple of reasons why year after year he's voted super lawyer and legal elite. He's an animal lover and a true friend of the show. So again, if you've been in any kind of an accident, give him a call, 407-917-1718, or check him out online at klausmanlaw.com. That's KLAUSMANlaw.com.
Thanks, Deb. 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Tom Segura next here on The Jim Colbert Show.
Real radio. It is.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Gentlemen, everyone bring in their favorite piece of meat tomorrow. And collectively, all four of us will spank the meats with our seasoning.
They won't care if we do it.
Yes, they will.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. goldsmithjewelry.com.
Heavy traffic reported on I-4 this afternoon by the major attractions exits, looking at a crash blocking 2 eastbound right lanes on Lee Road at Edgewater Drive. Another crash causing major stop-and-go delays northbound on Kirkman, where the right lane is blocked at Conroy Road. If you see any other traffic problems today, make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Walt Disney World.jobs.
Walt Disney World Resort is hiring. Explore a variety of full-time and part-time roles at the heart of the magic and enjoy great benefits like complimentary theme park admission, exclusive discounts, and more. Apply today at waltdisneyworld.jobs.
Tools Ace Hardware carries the best brands and grills from Weber, Big Green Egg, Traeger, and Napoleon. Not to mention, these guys have pizza ovens as well. I have one of these Unis. They're awesome. But they also have Gosney. Make sure everybody has a nice place to sit. Outdoor furniture from Polywood is wonderful, indestructible, beautiful as well. And they have service tech specializing in grills to make sure any repair or warranty issue is taken care of. Get free assembly and local delivery on any backyard purchase, $3.99 and up. It's Tools Ace Hardware. 13 convenient locations in Central Florida, including their brand new store in Hamlin. And you can shop online at acehardware.com. Get that free in-store pickup or delivery. It's Tools Ace Hardware, your local helpful place.
This is Steve Kramer. Let me tell you a business secret. There are sketch companies out there selling awards. Make sure the awards earned by your lawyer are from respected organizations. At Trenley Kramer Law, our lawyers have been recognized by Orlando Magazine Best Lawyers, Florida Trend Legal Elite, Super Lawyers, and listed in U.S. News as a best law firm for years. We've earned the awards that can't be bought. Trenley Kramer, TK Law, one firm for life.com.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
WJRR presents the Brightside Music Festival April 27th, taking over the Central Florida Fairgrounds for the highly anticipated return of Sublime featuring Jacob Knoll, along with Eric Wilson and Bud Goff, plus special guest 311 along with Goldfinger and plenty more to be announced. Get tickets at brightsidefest.com. That's brightsidefest.com.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine. I'm Ellie Anajar. Together, we're Anajar and Levine. If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve.
Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE.
In Office Orlando.
Frank Gay has something cool for you. Keep your AC running smoothly with a tune-up for only $89 for a limited time. Friendly, speedy, and expert service. That's the Frank Gay way. Visit frankgayservices.com or call for details.
I had a radio listener call me after an accident. The insurance company offered him $700. He hired me that day and we were covered $100,000. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Potential clients may not obtain same or similar results. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Bike Week is here. Make Orlando Harley-Davidson part of your Bike Week plans. Orlando Harley-Davidson has the largest selection of new and pre-owned Harley-Davidson motorcycles in the state of Florida. Make sure to stop at Orlando Harley-Davidson during Bike Week. Enjoy food, exclusive merchandise, pinstriping, tattoos, music, a full bar, and so much more. Visit OrlandoHarley.com for a full list of motorcycle inventory and Orlando Bike Week details. Stop by the Orlando Harley-Davidson dealership right off I-4 across from the mall at Millennia.
A real crew capsule, a next-generation space plane, a rocket booster that landed itself. Where will they inspire you to go? Mars? The rings of Saturn? New worlds light years beyond. Choose your breathtaking journey into the future of space travel at Gateway, the Deep Space Launch Complex, featuring Spaceport KSC, where real space meets real thrills. Only at Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. Visit KennedySpaceCenter.com for tickets.
At Consumer Cellular, you get the same exact coverage as the largest carriers, but for up to half the cost. Same thing, up to half the cost. Up to half the cost for the same thing. 50% the money for 100% the same thing. I hope I'm making myself clear. Consumer Cellular. When freedom calls, we're here to answer. Call us at 1-888-FREEDOM.
Half the cost savings based on cost of Consumer Cellular single-line 5GB data plan with unlimited talk and text compared to lowest cost single-line postpaid unlimited talk, text, and data plan offered by T-Mobile and Verizon May 2023.
Love podcasts? Pull out your phone right now. Open the free iHeartRadio app and check out these podcasts. History on Trial.
Only 30 minutes to put her body in the wow.
Dateline NBC.
The first big clue in the mystery.
Mission Implausible.
The means to keep down what was then called the Third World.
Listen today on the iHeartRadio app. More than just the best radio, it's your favorite podcasts too. And best of all, it's absolutely free. iHeartRadio.
GMC Sierra trucks in stock now at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Now back to the Jim Colbert Show.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. Text us easily at 77031. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
Jack and Ross as well.
Here we are.
Waiting on Tom to connect here in a second. Tom Segura will be at the Kia Center March 14th. Big show, by the way.
Yeah.
We're giving away tickets today, tomorrow, and Friday to join Deb, Jack, and Scott Maxwell all in a suite to see Tom at the Kia Center coming up again next Saturday. If you have yet to get your tickets, KiaCenter.com, I guess, is where we're getting them there, or you can go to Ticketmaster and grab them there as well. And without further ado, here he is, American stand-up comic, writer, author, actor, podcaster. You guys give it up good and loud for Mr. Tom Segura. I like it when the guest fist pumps themselves. That's the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
Tom, how you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing well. I just started an IV. I'm getting an
Recording in progress.
But that's good. That means I'm taking care of myself. I'm recovering.
What's going on?
Sitting in a chair, getting an IV.
What's the IV? What I mean, is it just like one of these health IV type thing, or?
Yeah. It's got I don't even know what's in it. Vitamins, Toradol. I think it's got some hydroxy something, maybe some steroids, just stuff to get you feeling.
Yeah, I saw an IV bar when I was in Charleston.
Oh, that thing saved my wife's life after about 2 bottles of red wine and I'm sure that Kreischer gets those like every other week, right?
Well, we had a party last night, so
bravo.
and he was there, so yeah, there's plenty.
How's
there's
the
plenty
tour?
of my...
How's the tour going, buddy? How is it? Arenas are a big deal, Tom. I mean, it's so funny because, being a fan of stand-up for many, many years, going back to the brick walls and the Caroline's comedy hours back in the day, watching comics kind of work their way through the clubs and then maybe get a spot on national television to blow up to be able to play clubs that are 3,500 seats. And now you podcaster guys are like playing to arenas, and not that you don't deserve it, but my God, that's got to be a kind of an overwhelming thing, isn't it?
I think it kind of is. I don't think anybody plans for it. I don't think you can plan for it. And then when it happens, it is it's stunning and it's kind of overwhelming. But the weird thing is you do kind of get used to it, like the performing in that space. But at the same time, you're like, this is bananas. This is where basketball teams play and I'm doing stand. It's a crazy reality. Yeah.
I have to tell you, I didn't know how it was going to translate because comedy as a rule, I mean, this, smaller rooms, low ceilings, you want that real personal feeling. But we just saw Nate at the Kia Center in the round. I think you're doing this kind of the same thing. And man, it was great. I never thought that a comedy experience in a big room like that could be so personal, but Chappelle pulls it off. Nate pulled it off. And I know that you're going to do it as well.
I mean, I think that what the thing that happens in arenas that is you can't duplicate anywhere else is energy. So like the energy of a room with thousands of people like that, when they're fired up for the show, if you're riding a wave, you guys create kind of this environment. It's a give and take, right? So like they're excited, you have more energy because you're performing to so many people, and it creates this kind of momentum for the show that is unmatched. That's the thing about it that is you can't get in a club or a theater is the energy of an arena.
So, Tom, this is where I awkwardly slide in and tell you that I've been doing stand-up comedy for 14 years. This is why I'm on this radio station. I won a comedy competition years and years ago. And awesome. I've had friends do the circuit and all of that, and they keep telling me about a certain specific comedy club out in Denver, Colorado. I want to get your ranking between the Store, the Mothership, and Comedy Works out in Denver. Have you done all three? I know you just did Mothership. Is Comedy Works still the best club in the country?
Yes, that's the best club in the country. Yeah, Comedy Works is the best. It's amazing. I mean, she just built something incredible there. She, it's been there for, I don't know, 25 years or something now. And it's like, it's the room, right? It's the setup. It's like 250 or so seats. Ceiling is like, when you're on stage, you can touch it and it goes up a little bit as you go further back. And they've also have trained audiences. And what I mean is like, when you have a place like that, people know how to go to shows there. You get less like morons that don't know how to act. Like they know what they're going to, and they love stand-up in that culture in Denver. So yeah, I think you got to give her still the top prize. I think it's Comedy Works. I think it's Acme Comedy Club in Minneapolis. And yeah, the Store and the Mothership are awesome. But they're also like, they're kind of like, different vibes like that there's more showcase shows on those, like the Works and Acme are more like, this is like where a comic is working the week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, it's a little different there, but yeah, they're all amazing clubs, but I think Wendy has the best club.
I love how you shake your Rolex. Your Daytona there. I love that.
I was just gesturing.
Yeah, I love it. No, I'm a watch guy. We're watch guys. So look, when you did that, I was like, it's a Daytona. 18 karat gold Daytona, no question, blackface.
It's not a Daytona.
It's not very good. All right. Talking to Tom Segura. He'll be at the Kia Center March 14th. You can check him, or 14th. You can check him out there. The guys are going to go. It's going to be awesome. He's unbelievable. The podcast is insane. Deb, you got a question? Yeah, you should be. And by the way, buddy, I got to tell you, Orlando loves stand-up comedy. That's why all the big names come through all the time. We love it here, and we pack the house for you.
Tom? I cannot wait. I've spent a lot of time in Orlando, especially like in high school, because we didn't live that far from there. So I would go all the time, and I was going to Magic games when Shaq was playing there. So like it's definitely a thrill to be going back.
Yeah, and I wanted to ask, you talked earlier about your favorite clubs out in Denver. Obviously, being able to fill an arena, I mean, that's awesome. But do you miss the more intimate vibe of those smaller clubs where you can literally reach up and touch the ceiling?
I think you have to work them in. You got to work them in. Like I got this advice from a couple people, and I think it's good advice, is that if you graduate to arenas and you just stay in them, you kind of only, your act works in that space, and then you start to go to other spaces and it's not the same, because you do have to, things that work in arenas don't necessarily work in clubs and vice versa. So that's why it's important. Like I pop in here in the Mothership and Creek in the Cave, like the regular comedy clubs here, to do sets, because you want to have the muscle of the club. And then even like the in-between, like the theaters are they're a different muscle than the other two. So I think if you're a comic and you have the option, you have the ability to, it's important to play all the different venues. It's good for your comedy.
Yeah. You know, stand up being a gigantic part of your career, but you're also a great podcaster. But the crazy thing I wanted to ask you is, you do the podcast at your mom's house with your wife. Is it,
yes.
Is it harder or easier having a wife in the business with you? Because as a rule, we've been told in entertainment, it's difficult to date somebody or be with somebody in the business. Not only are you dating somebody in the business, you're married to them and they're part of your business. Is that difficult?
I think it's without question easier to have somebody in, because she gets everything and I get everything with her. Like if she were like a banker and I'm like, you know, going to the club, she's like, again? Like, yeah, this is what we do. Get paid, right? You know? And I have friends that like their spouse doesn't do it, and there's always that type of, you know, friction or like not really understanding, but I don't really have to explain anything of how any of this works, because she does it too, and she does it like at a high level. So it's very much, I think it's a huge benefit to have somebody that totally understands the business you're in. Yeah, I mean, podcasting too, it's like we know how it works, we know what we're doing.
Yeah, you guys do know what you're doing. You're very good at it, guys.
You know what I mean? Like it's like I'm going in to do another thing and I got to stay to do ad reads, and then I have to go to the club. There's no like, why are you doing this? You know, it's like, yeah, this is our job. We've only known each other as comedians. Like we met as open micers. So we've been doing this together for 20 years.
That's so great, man. What a great story that is. Ross, got a question for Tom?
Well, I also more of a thank you. We briefly just mentioned your mom, and there's not many times that I get to, I think you know where this is going. There's not many times where I can specifically tell someone, hey, by the way, this is the hardest you have ever made me laugh through the means of the internet. And when you timed that video of your mom farting.
Yes.
That's legendary comedy for me. I think you are a sorcerer of some sort to have that flatulence on the Doppler radar.
First thing, I thought it was fake. I'm going to be honest with you. I thought it was fake, and then I deleted all your information from all of my media sources, because anybody that can do that to their mother is not a good person.
Yeah. No, that was proof of God. That was like, I had challenged her a moment before to let one rip, and you know, she just kind of was like, you want to see something? Like she just kind of took the bait, and it was really like, it's the magic of technology, because if the iPhone didn't have the camera button on the home screen where you can just skip the step, I don't think I would have caught it. But I literally reached in my pocket, hit the camera icon, hit record, and a second later it started, and I was like, this is truly a gift from above.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Hey, talking to Tom Segura, he'll be at the Kia Center March 14th.
Tom, you get a lot of material out of your relationship with your mom. Does she ever let you know, like, or complain that one was too far or that's too much, and will you ever stop?
Yeah, of course. That's all we ever talk about.
Yeah.
Is that
that's their relationship.
That's Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Is
that
the fight.
Is the relationship. Is she's like, you cannot do this to your mother. Who would treat their mother this way? And then I'm like, what if I bought you something? She's like, what are we talking about? And then
She has a price. Yeah. I want to ask Tom, being that your mother is from Peru, have you ever been hit with the chancla?
No, that's, chancla is more Central American and Mexican. I feel like South Americans, that's not really a thing. I mean, I get cursed out, told what I'm not worth.
You haven't lived, my friend.
I get hit up for money. I'm constantly put down by her. Things like that are very Latin. But chanclas aren't really a part of the South American culture.
I have a weird thing for middle names, Tom. I really do, because mine is kind of unique. And I was looking online. Yeah, my middle name is Perkins.
Okay.
And I wanted to know what the root of your middle name. Your middle name is Weston?
Yeah, so it's a family name. It's like on my father's side, it was one of the families that they had, married into was the Weston family. And I believe it went back into Mississippi, which is where a lot of the Seguras are from. So they're all like from Louisiana and Mississippi, and then the Westons, I think, are who they married, and then the other side on my dad's was Nadeau, which was French Canadians.
Very cool. In stand-up for years, all stand-ups have had that one stand-up that was the stand-up. For years, it was Gilbert Gottfried. I think maybe the latest may have been Norm Macdonald. In the world that you travel in comics, who is the stand-up? Who makes you guys laugh more, like off the mic, behind the scenes, more than any of them?
Oh man, that's a good question. There's a few. I mean, I feel like we all really look up to Attell still. He's kind of like the joke god of stand-up.
Like the Yoda.
Yeah. He's just still so funny on stage and off. He's just a guy that lives with jokes, and he's so good at it. And he works so much harder than we're kind of inherently lazy in a lot of ways. But like a guy like Attell he's just always working. So he's like inspiring and super funny. He's really funny.
Dude, I got to tell you, Trainwreck, he stole that movie. Bill Hader was in that movie. Schumer was in that movie at her height. I'm telling you straight up right now, Attell stole that movie from those two. If you watch that movie, that guy slays. He and Colin both basically took that movie from those guys.
He's funny in everything, man. If you give that guy a moment, he steals the moment.
So, Tom, I would regret not asking you this. I'm not looking for, per se, stand-up comedy advice. I enjoy my act. I feel confident with it. But the one aspect of stand-up comedy that I can honestly say that I feel like I have struggled is understanding the business side of it. So if you had any advice when it comes to stand-up comedy, specifically on the sending emails once a month or any of that business side, because I love stand-up comedy, but about year 8, I realized I'm not going to be able to tell the perfect joke and make it a career that way. I'm going to need a website. I'm going to need to send those emails. Yeah. Anything in that category of pursuing stand-up comedy?
Well, I mean, the thing about the business side of it is that you have to inform yourself. Everybody has to become an expert on the business of it. You know what I mean? Like, some comedians don't realize that whether you like it or not, you've become an entrepreneur and your business is your comedy. So like, I just always feel like you just have to have open eyes and ears and take in all the information you have. Like when, like you cited websites, and that was a thing. Like there was a time when we didn't have them, and then a few guys did, and then you're like, oh, should I? And it's like, yeah, you should. Like whenever trends like that are happening, technology changes, turns over. It's like, you have to act. That's the thing, is when I see people who didn't progress as much as they should have versus people who did, it's people who take action, right? So it's like, podcasts, like everyone has a podcast now. It's like, yeah, you should have a podcast, because that's the world that we're in. The world that we're in is that comedians have podcasts. Picking the type of podcast you do is the creative part of it, but actually deciding whether or not to have one is a business decision, and the answer is you should have one. And then it's like all businesses thrive on relationships. So you have to just, you have to develop the skill of relationships. Like people take you on the road with them because you're a good hang, or you know how to like talk to people, and they go, I want to bring this guy on the road. Like all those things are not that different than if you were to open a place that sold hats. You still have to develop relationships, and you have a site and all that. So it's about like being curious, taking in information, and acting, which I don't think is that different from any other type of business. But a lot of comedians do this thing where they're like, yeah, I'll just work on the jokes and the rest take care of itself. Guess what? No, it won't.
Yeah.
No.
Gotta hustle, baby.
And was that a bummer crossroads moment when you realized that, or did you know that day one? Because like I said, I think year 6 or year 7, it kind of hit me that oh, I've got to learn this whole different skill set if I'm trying to make stand-up into a career. Did you know that from day one, or did you have that moment where I need to focus on this muscle?
No, I think it was, I mean, it's a progression that you start, but I think I was just kind of aware, like, because I was just like watching people, you know, it's a lot of like observation, right? You're just watching people ahead of you doing things, and you're like, okay, this guy's doing this, or like, this guy is a big booker. Like, I should introduce myself and, like, you know, say that I want to work his clubs. And so that is kind of like a natural thing that you just, once you're doing it, you realize, oh, this is what you have to do all the time. You have to nurture relationships, and you have to follow what the cutting edge people are doing. You just have to do it.
Talking to Tom Segura, he'll be at the Kia Center March 14th. Tom, I know you only got a few minutes left, but I did want to ask you this. If you had to pick one of your disciplines, which one would it be? Podcasting, stand-up, acting, or writing? And that's the only thing you could do for the rest of your career. Which of those four would it be?
Stand-up.
Stand-up.
100%. Stand-up's the most fun, man. There's just no thrill like it. I've written things. I've acted in things. I have more of that coming up, and I'm super excited about it. But there is no rush that exists. There's no thrill like thinking of something. Yeah, thinking of something, taking it on stage, actually having it not work, and then getting it to work is like, there's just nothing like it. There's nothing like immediate, you know, laughter. And and when you kill, dude, when you crush in an arena, it is.
And there's nothing better than having that joke not work the first two times and then have it work. But there's also nothing worse for me, Tom, when you try that new joke once and it crushes and never works again.
Yeah, that's a thing that not everybody will understand, but I definitely do, is that sometimes, and it's like, it's beyond your ability to articulate it, but there's the magic of the moment. There's something you say in the moment, that time, and the way it comes out gets huge laughs. And the second time and third time you do it, it just doesn't work, and you don't understand why. But you have to retire it.
Tom, look, thanks for your time, buddy. We can't wait to see you March 14th, Kia Center. Get your tickets, Ticketmaster.com. It's the great Tom Segura. Give it up.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
See you guys. Thank you, Tom. I appreciate your time, buddy. Thank you again.
Very much.
You got it. All right.
Thank you, Tom.
407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Back in a sec with more of The Jim Colbert Show.
You know you can always text us, unless you're driving, at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
From the Cool Today Weather Center, cooltoday.com.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast for the rest of our Wednesday. And for today, some of us will see some scattered showers and a few thunderstorms. Some of these could be on the strong side, especially for areas south and east of the Orlando metro. Some of these could also contain some heavy downpours, small hail, and gusty winds. Temperatures, though, will be on the warm side throughout this afternoon, climbing into the upper 70s and low 80s for highs. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken.
$5 finger-licking deals are back at your local KFC. Choose from 3 delicious options: a 2-piece meal with a drum, thigh and buttery biscuit side, an 8-piece chicken nuggets, or 2 chicken little sandwiches. Only available at select participating locations, not online. Tax extra. It's finger-licking good.
Hey, everybody, Jim Colbert here from my friends over at the Toothache Eye Institute. If you've had anyone in your life, in your circumference that have had LASIK surgery, you'll know that's the best thing they've ever done, and more often than not, they'll add that they should have done it way sooner. What are you waiting for? The Toothache Institute is offering free LASIK consultations. All you have to do, just text 1041 to 868686 and start your journey to better vision with the Toothache Eye Institute. These guys have performed over 65,000 LASIK procedures using the latest state-of-the-art technology, and if finances is a concern, do not stress. They have 24-month interest-free financing. Again, it's easy. Simply text 1041 to 868686 and schedule your free LASIK consultation at the Toothache Eye Institute. Your path to better vision begins now.
Join us Monday night for our 2024 iHeart Podcast Awards, presented by The Hartford, live at South by Southwest. We'll honor the very best in podcasting from the past year and celebrate the most innovative talent and creators in the industry. Listen Monday night, starting at 11 p.m. right here.
Presented by the Hartford Small Business Insurance. Learn more or start a quote at thehartford.com/small business. With insurance designed for your small business, the Bucks got your back.
Make your dream of a new Pavers driveway, pool deck, beautiful patio, and artificial turf a reality with Pavers Depot. Join us at the largest Pavers showroom in Central Florida. Over 400,000 square feet in stock, including Tamron brand pavers. Pavers Depot can get your job done in just 2 weeks with a free estimate on custom installation. Visit online at paversdepot.com or call 407-839-5900. 407-839-5900. paversdepot.com.
Turn up the cleanliness at your restaurant, healthcare, or industrial business with Alsco Uniforms, the official sponsor of the Orlando Magic Mop Crew. We've got you covered with crisp uniforms, hygienically clean linens, floor mats, and of course mops delivered weekly. But that's not all. Alsco Uniforms also offers weekly services for first aid and restroom supplies. Discover why it pays to keep clean with Alsco Uniforms. Visit alsco.com to learn more. Again, that's ALSCO.com.
Paid for by government.com. Here's your chance to get 5 iconic United States silver dollars spanning the last 150 years in one amazing set. Experts agree this is a must-have for silver coin buyers. That's right, all 5 silver dollars are legal tender official United States mint coins. If you call 1-800-386-7194 right now, we'll send you this ultimate 5-piece American silver dollar set with each silver coin in extremely fine or brilliant uncirculated condition. Guaranteed. This set includes every type of U.S. silver dollars in American history, issued from 1878 to 2024. Call 1-800-386-7194 now to secure your 150 years of U.S. silver dollars 5-piece set. Plus, receive a bonus display case, an information booklet, and free shipping. Don't miss your chance. Call 1-800-386-7194 now to secure your 5-piece set of iconic U.S. silver dollars before they are gone. That's 1-800-386-7194.
Over $6 billion in tax refunds were flagged by the IRS for possible identity theft in 2023. If you're in a bind this tax season, LifeLock can help. Their U.S.-based restoration specialists are dedicated to helping solve identity theft issues, and all plans are backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, which means if you lose money because of identity theft, LifeLock will reimburse you to the limits of your plan. Go to LifeLock.com and save up to 25% your first year with promo code CLAY.
To thank you for 40 unforgettable years, Dell Technologies is celebrating with anniversary savings on their most popular tech. For a limited time only, save on select next-gen PCs, like the XPS 13 Plus, powered by Intel Core processors, and more. Plus, curate your dream setup with great deals on select monitors, mice, and more must-have electronics and accessories. When you shop online at Dell.com/deals, you'll have access to leading-edge technology and free shipping on everything. Again, that's Dell.com/deals.
Tommy Mello here, owner of A1 Garage Door Service. Springtime savings are here, and now is the perfect time to service your garage. A1 is also your one call for garage floors and garage storage. Don't wait until a simple garage door repair becomes a major problem. If your garage door is noisy, if bugs are getting in, or if it struggles to open, your garage door is in need of a repair. Call today and take advantage of our $29.95 tune-up special.
A1 from day one.
Want to win a free motorcycle? I'm Orlando attorney Mo DeWitt, and I'm giving away a free motorcycle valued up to $20,000. All you have to do is go to bikerswinorlando.com. That's bikerswinorlando.com. Enter today at bikerswinorlando.com.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment changeouts and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Find your new career. The Florida Jobs Now Job Fair, March 13th at the Orlando Science Center. More info at fljobsnow.com.
At work, just pretend you're on a Zoom call with us. Your mic is off. Your mic is off. The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube. Subscribe and watch.
Regarding that naked bowling outing, that is going to be 99.9% guys. It's going to be a dong fest.
That naked bowling event, love the name, by the way. Yeah, bowlers might not be the most attractive people, but the band has played a couple of nudist resorts. And let me tell you, most of those people, you don't want to see them naked either. I'm just saying, that's been my experience.
Okay, good. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. All right, 407-916-1041. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show right here on Real Radio. I am Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
And Jack.
Yo.
And Ross.
That's true.
Big thanks to Tom Segura and his staff for coming through and giving us a good interview. You can check that out if you missed it on the goods, JimColbertLive.com. Plus, we're going to be chopping that up for some social media stuff as well. Tom was a great guy. Enjoyed that a lot.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the show next Thursday. And as you mentioned earlier, 3 chances today, tomorrow, and Friday for you to win a pair of tickets to join us in the suite for that show at the Kia Center next Thursday.
Absolutely. Plus, another big party going on soon. Mills Air presents the News Junkies Just Okay 8 at the Plaza Live, March 16th. That's just a couple days after Tom's in town.
Yeah.
Spend your St. Patty's Day weekend with the 3 best friends you never knew you had. Some of their best friends like Sabby's Little Helpers, the Shabooms, Young Tapes, DJ Digital, and Sean and Sealing, I guess, have a duo now, like a musical duo.
They formed a band for this event. It might be their one and only live appearance, so see it if you can.
Every time I read these things from these guys, I get to listen to about an hour of their show a day.
Yeah.
But there's so much stuff that goes on.
Yeah.
These little words, like it says, enjoy a beatbox, the original party punch, meet Baby Sloth, and hang out in the Mo Zone, courtesy of justcallmo.com. So it's Saturday, March 16th, Plaza Live. Get your tickets now at realradio.fm/just okay.
Yeah, it was a Christmas event. Now it's a St. Patrick's Day event, and it's going to be so much fun.
I don't know that you can have any one holiday that reigns in what that thing can become.
Yeah.
I remember the one, I said this before, I think you were out that week or that day, the one at Hard Rock.
I remember that one.
One of the very first ones in the 2014-15 range was just impossible. If you'd give me a notepad and a pen and say, write down what you just saw, it'd take me a minute.
That's why it's so hard to write promos for it,
Right.
because there's going to be so many things. I mean, Baby Sloth is there. Do you know what Baby Sloth is?
I have no idea what that is.
I thought it was a baby sloth.
It is a baby sloth.
Is it really?
Yeah.
It's a baby sloth.
But you throw it in there, it sounds like it's a band, you know?
You
Come
never
here,
know
baby
it just,
sloth.
You never know it just okay.
I know, you don't.
That's true.
That's the beauty of it.
All right, 407-916-1041.
baby By the way,
sloth.
Text us at 7703.
realradio.fm/just okay. You can get your GA tickets there.
There you go, for sure. This story has been kind of bubbling a little bit, and I pay attention to this stuff, and I think I may be the only one on the show that does. I mean, Deb probably does as well, but have you heard about this movement to resurrect a woolly mammoth?
I have.
Yeah, this is like an ongoing thing that a biotech company hopes to resurrect the extinct species, and they're going to do this. And they said they have stem cells that come from a sample they have.
Hello, Jurassic Park.
And they are going to try to do this. And how does this hit you?
Wrong.
Yeah, it's wrong, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what we learned from Jurassic Park. Every incarnation of that movie.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, don't do this.
I do not understand what. So tell me what the value of this is. And I'm kind of being serious. I mean, I know that this is kind of not a silly story. It's one of those stories where how could this possibly impact me? But right. I mean, what is the value of bringing back an extinct species like that? What is it?
I mean, they could go to more current extinct species, and I'm sure one of their selling points to try and sell people on this is the fact that, well, it's good for conservation work.
I mean, I guess, is that what they're doing, is just kind of prove they can do it with this particular animal to show that they can do it with other species that have been naturally selected, by the way?
And then you can study it, science.
But
I think it's irresponsible.
It is. I mean, isn't the idea of natural selection that very thing that was selected by nature to no longer make it? I mean, I know that there are other instances and circumstances that possibly could have impacted that, but still, it doesn't matter.
So I think that this is in the cul-de-sac of a perfect debate. I would put this type of conversation and this topic in the category of some of my favorite debates, because I hear you. You go like, what about natural selection, right? Let me throw out a theory. I'm not saying this is how I feel, but is it natural for us ourselves to learn more and more and to be able to ourselves evolve to the point of being able to bring back a woolly mammoth? Because we're also part of the animal kingdom to a certain extent, right?
You're right. But I also think that it's natural for you to understand what is good for our species and maybe not so good for our species and the environment in which we live.
Is it natural for humans to make animals go extinct? Extinct. Sorry.
Well, I mean, I don't believe it's natural for, I think any hunter species that hunts a species out of or into extinction, I guess you could make the argument that is natural selection if that particular animal becomes a food for a predator, which is what we would be at that time.
So that's what happened to the dodo bird.
Right.
The dodo bird was a flightless bird. It was hunted for both its plumage as well as its meat.
Almost happened to the bison, right?
It almost happened to the bison and the buffalo on the American West. But I think the other aspect that's irresponsible is it's irresponsible to the species you're bringing back, because none of the resources, none of the foods, none of the things that animal relied on exist anymore.
Really?
Well, I mean,
yeah, you're right. Yeah, because the
vegetation is completely different. So to me, it seems like, all right, well, outside of the big splash of saying, hey, look at what we did.
Yeah.
I don't see it having, I think the implications, they could do it with much less impact on both the animal they're bringing back and the current environment.
They're motivated to do it because they can, not because they should.
There you go.
All right, so texting service kind of brings up a great point. Are dogs natural?
What do you mean by that? Yeah, of course. I mean, they're
to a certain degree.
Well,
until we started playing designer, and we go, I like the small. I like it when they're small. I like it when they're this color. I like when their nose does that. That's a human, our species impacting the story and DNA history of what dogs are.
That was done with humans, by the way, though, dude. I mean, just give you an idea. That was done with humans to breed certain people to get stronger, more durable human beings. That happened. So what we're talking about is extinction.
Yeah.
No more dogs and then bringing them back. And it's interesting because they're saying they're very excited about this because they're saying that the cells that they'll create with bringing this thing back will benefit the elephant conservation community as much as being engineered to bring back the woolly mammoth. And what they're saying is reintroducing elephants with woolly mammoth traits could also help fight global warming. So they're trying to even tie that into it as well.
Yeah, keep swinging.
Keep
swinging.
I knew the conservation thing was going to come in there. I don't know how they figured out that, breeding elephants with woolly mammoths is going to keep.
Well, I guess don't they have to fill in the DNA with almost just like, because it says right here, what I find troubling is bringing back some sort of surrogate that is part mammoth, part elephant.
Yeah, that's even worse.
Because that's not even really a pure.
It's not a mammoth.
It's not. Yeah, it's not a pure resurrection of that
regeneration.
DNA. Yeah, any of that. So there's so many species going extinct today. We're actually not going to be able to help with any of them if we're not thinking about the woolly mammoth. We need to focus on the species here today and ignore the ones that have already passed. In other words, figure out how to keep the ones that are here with us, and not worry about the ones that got selected and moved on. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. There's something that's been blamed for a couple of deaths, and I know what it is. I've heard of this, but I don't know anybody that consumes this, and I want to know why they would. And I'll tell you what that is next.
Do you do words good? Prove it. The Talkback feature on the free iHeartRadio app. Follow Real Radio 104.1, tap the microphone, and speak.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Heavy traffic reported on I-4 this afternoon by the major attractions exits, looking at a crash blocking 2 eastbound right lanes on Lee Road at Edgewater Drive. Another crash causing major stop-and-go delays northbound on Kirkman, where the right lane is blocked at Conroy Road. If you see any other traffic problems today, make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken.
$5 finger-licking deals are back at your local KFC. Choose from 3 delicious options. A 2-piece meal with a drum, thigh and buttery biscuit side, an 8-piece chicken nuggets, or 2 chicken little sandwiches. Only available at select participating locations, not online. Tax extra, it's finger-licking good.
That mortgage guy, Don, has been helping people with their mortgage needs for over 20 years, including myself. That mortgage guy, Don, will work tirelessly to help you with a purchase or refinance. In fact, here's a review from Michael R. from this past December. Quote, Don and his team were very informative and looked at every avenue available to make things happen, end quote. I can attest to that. If there is a way to make your mortgage or refinance happen, that mortgage guy, Don, will find it. So don't miss the boat. Compare your quote at thatmortgageguydon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguydon.com.
My kids call me Tom. So unnerving. Every day, the older one's like, how you doing, Tom? I go, hey, I'm not your f***ing stepdad, all right? I wish I was. It'd be a lot easier, but I'm not.
From his multiple Netflix specials, comedian Tom Segura brings his new tour, Come Together, to Amway Center March 14th. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Don't miss Tom Segura, Come Together.
Are your energy costs through the roof? FAS Windows and Doors is now offering buy 3, get 1 free windows on any project. This is a plain and simple deal that homeowners can receive at the time of signing. FAS also offers 24-month financing. No money down, no payments, and no interest for 24 months with this new financing option available from FAS. For a completely free in-home consultation, call FAS Windows and Doors today or visit us online at faswd.com. That's faswd.com.
Tools Ace Hardware carries the best brands in grills from Weber, Big Green Egg, Traeger, and Napoleon. They also have pizza ovens from Uni and Gosney, and make sure everyone has a place to sit with outdoor furniture from Polywood. And now they have a service technician specializing in grills to help with any repair or warranty issues. Get free assembly and local delivery on any backyard purchase, $3.99 and up. It's Tools Ace, 13 convenient locations in Central Florida, including their new store in Hamlin, just open, or you can shop online at acehardware.com. Get that free in-store pickup or delivery. It's Tools Ace, your local helpful place.
International Diamond Center invites you to step into a world of elegance and luxury as we roll out the red carpet for the world's 2 largest bridal designers. Next weekend, March 15th through 17th, Tocori and Verragio will be here with their entire collections. Exceptional handcrafted rings made with intricate detail and craftsmanship. See the entire collection from Tocori. Exquisite handcrafted rings from true artisans in California. And here from New York, see all the latest from Verragio. Unique, distinctive, and personalized. Find the ring of your dreams and enjoy 2 years zero-interest financing. Plus, at this event, when you buy any Tocori or Verragio ring, IDC will give you a $500 gift card. Buy the matching wedding band and get a $1,000 gift card. Don't miss this spectacular event featuring the most exclusive designers in bridal, and let IDC's experts help you match up the most perfect diamond for the ring you'll fall in love with. It's happening next weekend, March 15th through 17th, exclusively at International Diamond Center. All 4 Orlando locations on approved credit.
Yo, it's Angel from the Monsters. You want a big green egg? For the lowest prices anywhere, you got to go to my friends, Wassie's Meat Market. They will deliver and set up your big green egg so that you are cooking before they leave. Follow Wassie's Meat Market on Instagram or go to wassiesmeatmarket.com for your big green egg today.
The hit true crime podcast Paper Ghosts is back with a haunting mystery in the shadows of the Ozarks. Season 4 unravels a darkly intriguing cold case from 1989 as a community continues to search for answers about a missing girl, various suspects, and a potential connection to BTK.
It's gone from, okay, we don't think something's quite right, to there's some worry going on now because now we've found some of her clothing.
Listen to Paper Ghosts on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Sneezing, coughing, stuffy nose, runny nose, post-nasal drip, interrupted sleeping. I was groggy at the end of the day.
Allergies and sinus congestion were making Jana miserable. Then, a friend recommended Navage. Navage provides immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Navage helps you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
Navage gave me instant relief. I didn't have to wait 30 minutes. I didn't have to wait an hour, 90 minutes. I didn't have to wait a minute. I ran the rinse and I felt better.
Stop suffering from congestion and start breathing and feeling your best again with Navage. Navage.
I've had people ask me how I find relief, and I tell them Navage immediately. This thing is amazing.
Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid.
New South is Florida's factory direct window company. We manufacture, install, and guarantee your windows for life. One company, one call. Our windows blend energy performance with hurricane protection. New South Window, home of your ultimate Florida window.
Buy more, save more. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
If you've been injured in a car accident, call Pound Law from your cell phone. Morgan & Morgan.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. You can watch radio being made on a daily basis at Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
You know, not to be that guy, but the only issue Jurassic Park really had was they made big carnivores. You don't see somebody getting trampled by a brachiosaurus. So, you know, carnivores I see an issue with. Herbivores, they're just like big cows.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show. I'm Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
Jack. Yep. And Ross, what are you laughing at?
Somebody texted us at 77031 and said, screw mammoths. Bring back Betty White.
All right, so before the break, I was telling you guys there is something that you can get. I don't understand why people consume this. It's killed a couple people here recently.
These charged lemonades?
No, it's not the charged lemonades. Actually, it's something that I know everybody in this room has consumed, and more than likely, everybody in these rooms probably has this on their property right now.
Tide Pods.
Not Tide Pods. It's a food product.
Soda.
No. And again, it's a form of something that we consume all the time. It's just that I don't know why people do it like this.
Cinnamon.
And apparently, it's a thing. It became kind of a hipster thing, not cinnamon.
Olive oil.
It caused listeria, and it killed 2 people. And the USDA has warned the public of associated risks with consuming this in any form, but there are plenty of states that still allow it.
Unpasteurized dairy.
That is the answer.
What?
Raw milk.
Oh, that's a big hipster
Raw
thing.
milk is a thing. And I pulled this story because of this. I heard the raw milk thing a few years back, where that was like a thing. You drink raw milk. In other words, unpasteurized milk, straight from the teat.
Yep.
Right? And apparently that is not, it's not super smart.
Or safe.
Or safe. By the way, it says, matter of fact, in 5 states.
The cow enjoys it.
California, Colorado, Jersey, Texas, and Utah have all had people who were who were sickened by this. 5 patients were actually hospitalized. It causes a thing called hemolytic uremic syndrome that can result in kidney failure. And it says there's a death in the UK. But what I want to I don't even know where would you even get this in Central Florida?
Oh, from a farm, a dairy farm.
Would they even sell it to you though?
I think you'd have to go online and look for a farm that sells raw dairy, raw milk.
And it says raw milk is popular among those who want to eat natural products and believe pasteurization, which is a partial sterilization to destroy potentially harmful organisms, removes important nutrients. Like advocates say that raw milk and raw milk products give you the advantage of the enzyme, probiotics, healthy fats, proteins, vitamins, and calcium that are not compromised by the processing. And they also claim that like regular milk causes stomach cramps and bloating, and raw milk does not.
See, I mean, maybe this is an awful take.
You don't look. No take is awful, buddy.
I need a higher death count to care. Can I say that? Is that cool? Is that fine?
That's a perfectly good take.
Peanuts are killing people by the thousands. I will never drink that. That's not for me. No, I don't need it straight, raw, untempered, right from the source. Asking myself, why is the cow smoking a cigarette now?
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is back in the day, you see these farm boys. That was like a big thing. You'd go by and they'd be milking it. They'd just squirt you in the face with one of the teats. Yeah. And they would squirt themselves a drink here and there and laugh about it. What percentage of adults consume raw milk in 2022 at least once a year? What percentage of Americans?
5.
7.
2.
Jack almost nailed it. 4.4% of all Americans. So you do the math there. We have like 350 million people in this country. That's quite a few people, guys.
Yeah. Texan Service is letting us know that, there are stores. This is a trend. This is booming. This is definitely a thing. And that there are locations in Central Florida
where you can buy raw milk.
Get that Amish milk.
Do you think does it taste any different?
I would imagine it tastes creamier.
I would say it probably has to, right?
Yeah, because you're drinking a whole milk. Yeah.
Selling and distributing raw milk across U.S. state lines has been prohibited since '87 from the FDA. And according to UCLA Health, 30 states allow raw milk sales, 20 prohibit it. But it says about a decade ago, and that's about when I remember this became very popular. And scientists the entire time, by the way, says, you don't want to do this, guys. We pasteurize it for a reason, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody, this is when we figured out. There are no conspiracy theories here. We figured this one out. Everybody agrees.
Yeah, that's
E. coli, salmonella. I'm not even going to try that one. Listeria can all emerge from contaminated cow's milk. Unpasteurized products are consumed by a very small percentage of the U.S. dairy customers because 95% of the illnesses that come with it. 800 times greater for those who are unpasteurized to catch something from milk or get a little something from milk.
All right. Well, that TikTok said it, so
I would try it. I mean, if somebody brought some up here, I'd try raw milk.
Oh, I'm sure it's delicious.
I mean, why not? Ice cold, thick ass milk that looks like just short of sour cream.
No, no.
Are you a milk drinker at all?
I am, and
is it just with something, or would you pour?
But is it?
You just pour a cold glass of milk and drink it?
I will with anything that has peanut butter. So if it's peanut butter gel, I will have milk, but I actually prefer skim or the 1%. Now, I haven't had whole milk in forever, and I have no desire to have it.
Buddy, listen, I'm going to say I can't.
I have no desire to have it.
If my spoon won't stand up in it, I ain't drinking it.
Yeah.
It shows.
We have oat milk, which is I'll use if we run out of good milk.
Yeah, right. Real milk.
Yeah.
You whole milk?
No, whole milk only for the holidays.
From Wisconsin?
Yeah, 2%.
2%. Yeah, we do 2% as a rule too. Just because my wife doesn't like whole milk, so we keep 2% in the house. But she only uses it for cereal, and then pours it out like a Nazi. I'm like, who does that? You get all the beautiful sugar and flavor off that cereal, and then you pour that
drink
out.
That.
I gotta check out a Nazi resource site. I
had no idea.
Wonder where one of the knots on them was not finishing their cereal milk.
Ross, you a milk guy?
Dude, I am a milk guy. I'm an every milk guy. I like all milks. I think they all taste good.
Aren't you an almond milk guy, right?
From almond milk to oat milk to whole to 2%. The only take that this is actually raw milk might be the only milk that I'll be like, I'll try that half a time once.
Yeah.
But even then, I might like it. Who knows? But the one thing I will say about milk, though, is that it is still a little odd. It's still a little. It's
weird drinking it.
It's just
it's for a baby cow. It's not us, really.
Yeah, it's just a weird society acceptance. I'm not saying it's bad or good or wrong. I just think it's pretty odd that we have, commercialized breast milk from cows.
Yeah.
To a global stage.
Oh, man.
Always have. Goat milk, camel milk.
What's your favorite thing to eat milk with? Today is National Oreo Day. Today is National Oreo Day. Is that the greatest milk company? Is it Oreos?
I'm going to say
chocolate chip cookies.
I'm with Jack on this, though. A good peanut butter and jelly sandwich washed down with an ice cold glass of milk will take you right back to third grade.
My favorite thing to do with milk is coffee.
Put it in coffee?
Yeah. Coffee and milk is...
See, I do half and half.
So the thing is, I like coffee with pastries as well. But for some reason, I will not eat pancakes with coffee. I eat pancakes with milk. And I will tell you how serious I am about it. When I'm going to make pancakes, and I make damn good pancakes, I put the milk in the freezer before I even start making the pancakes or cooking my bacon. Because I want ice crystals on top of my milk when I pour it in my glass. I want it so cold. Like I'm craving it right now. I want it so cold that when I get my pancakes with tons of butter and real maple syrup.
How do you fit your milk in the freezer along with the pancakes, since that's where they come from.
No, I don't do that, buddy. Come on.
Now, here's the question.
The best pancakes are frozen.
No, Dutch babies are the best.
Somebody just texted us because I am guilty of this. Speaking of milk, how do you feel about people who drink milk at dinner?
You know, my grandfather did that.
I grew up doing it.
Yeah.
I did too, but I still do it.
I saw a grown-ass man drink a glass of milk with a steak at a restaurant 2 weeks ago.
Yum.
I mean, I couldn't even I couldn't believe that's what I heard. Like, when I heard the order, because we were right beside him, he's like, I'll take this and a tall glass of milk. And I was like, there's no way that I heard that right. Maybe it was milk stout. Maybe it was something else. It had to have been something else. Sure enough, they bring this guy, 5 minutes later, they bring the tray out. There's like martinis and beers and a big tall glass of ice cold milk.
Yum.
And this guy washed a steak down with it.
It's a look. Every time I see an adult having a glass of milk with dinner, I always think to make sure to cut up the hot dog.
Isn't it crazy? Like, it's the weirdest thing.
Don't want them choking.
My grandfather used to drink milk like that all the time. He'd drink milk with dinner. And that's the same guy that made tuna pizzas.
So what is the acceptable non-alcoholic beverage for that? Is it just water?
For what?
Anything. Eating out.
Oh, no. Yeah, it's water or tea or maybe a glass of wine or something.
Non-alcoholic.
You order your milk, you turn around to a guy like Jimmy, and you raise a tip.
Oh,
yeah.
Sons of bitches.
That's what I would do. And
See
then
the
I
latest on diet soda?
Yeah.
Oh,
not good.
No, I sent it to my wife. She's like, she's bummed.
Yeah. People get addicted. I think people get addicted to diet soda before they get addicted to real soda.
We used to
I think it's just as bad or worse.
We used to go through cases of Diet Pepsi when I was a kid. All four of us drank it. And now I can't even look at it.
Can I tell you? I'm getting to the point where I can't drink an entire soda at a sitting.
By the way,
if you went to my house right now, it's all like I get the 20-ounce bottles, and I'll drink like a third of one with whatever I'm eating, and then I don't drink them like that anymore. I just drink water all the time.
The artificially sweetened drinks increases your chance of developing AFib or atrial fibrillation by 20%.
20%.
Wow.
There's a number for you. 20%.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Not good. Not good.
I ain't worrying about it.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Our buddy Scott Maxwell's next here on The Jim Colbert Show.
Real radio is the news junkie.
My parents told me years later that I was supposed to have like leg braces.
Really? Like Forrest Gump?
Yeah, like Forrest Gump.
The news junkie. Weekdays at 11 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Heavy traffic reported on I-4 this afternoon by the major attractions exits, looking at a crash blocking 2 eastbound right lanes on Lee Road at Edgewater Drive. Another crash causing major stop-and-go delays northbound on Kirkman, where the right lane is blocked at Conroy Road. If you see any other traffic problems today, make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Smoky Bones. At Smoky Bones, they say, let's dig in. Come sink your teeth into house-smoked irresistible perfection, like their Bones Bar Bites menu with wings, burgers, and more, starting at just $5. Smoky Bones. Meat is what we do. Dine in only at the bar.
The Jim Colbert Show question of the day is now live. It's in our YouTube chat. You go to YouTube, search Jim Colbert Show. Vote in the chat right there. We'll talk about it at the end of the program. It's brought to you by the Home Builders Network. Connect with Mike at hbnusa.com. Mike, the home builder. You've been hearing about him for more than a decade here on Real Radio. Great guy, but does great work. I know when I needed something done to my home, I went to Home Builders Network, and that's at hbnusa.com. And I connected with Mike. He came over, got a new roof on my house. 1 year ago, got a new roof, and they did a fantastic job. Someone local, someone you can trust, all at a fair price. But it's not just roofs, windows, doors. He does that as well. Gutters with covers, which I highly recommend. It's Mike the Home Builder, and again, you connect with him at one place. It's hbnusa.com.
Cento Family Moving and Storage is Central Florida's trusted source for local and long-distance moving. From packing to delivery, Cento Moving is fully licensed and insured to provide you a seamless moving experience so you can enjoy your new home in no time. Get a quote today at centomoving.com. Forget the stress, move with the best.
A Fifth Third Better means we put in 166.7%.
What does that mean?
Well, at Fifth Third Bank, our name equals 166.7%. So that's how hard we work. That means free checking, no hidden fees, and helping to protect your identity.
Explain it in baseball terms?
It's a home run.
Basketball terms?
It's a slam dunk.
Football.
Touchdown.
Highlight?
Buzzball.
Cricket.
Golden duck.
Wow, guess that really is a Fifth Third Better.
That's what a Fifth Third Better means. This is banking a Fifth Third Better. Fifth Third Bank, National Association member FDIC.
Did you know one of the best investments you can make? It's in yourself. At My Computer Career, in just a few months, you could start your new career in the high-demand, recession-resistant field of information technology. Isn't it time you invest in you and start a career in networking, cybersecurity, AI, or upskill to boost your current IT career? So, get the ROI you deserve at My Computer Career. No experience necessary. Start now at mycomputercareer.edu.
Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI Bill.
Tools Ace Hardware carries the best brands in grills from Weber, Big Green Egg, Traeger, and Napoleon. They also have pizza ovens from Uni and Gosney, and make sure everyone has a place to sit with outdoor furniture from Polywood. And now they have a service technician specializing in grills to help with any repair or warranty issues. Get free assembly and local delivery on any backyard purchase, $3.99 and up. It's Tools Ace, 13 convenient locations in Central Florida, including their new store in Hamlin, just open. Or you can shop online at acehardware.com. Get that free in-store pickup or delivery. It's Tools Ace, your local helpful place.
Want to win a free motorcycle? I'm Orlando attorney Mo DeWitt, and I'm giving away a free motorcycle valued up to $20,000. All you have to do is go to bikerswinorlando.com. That's bikerswinorlando.com. Enter today at bikerswinorlando.com.
Get to Twin Peaks for Wing Wednesday. Every Wednesday, we have 6 boneless wings, fries, and a soda for just $10. Prefer a signature draft beer? It's only $2 more. That's every Wednesday at Twin Peaks.
International Diamond Center invites you to step into a world of elegance and luxury as we roll out the red carpet for the world's 2 largest bridal designers. Next weekend, March 15th through 17th, Tocori and Verragio will be here with their entire collections. Exceptional handcrafted rings made with intricate detail and craftsmanship. See the entire collection from Tocori. Exquisite handcrafted rings from true artisans in California. And here from New York, see all the latest from Verragio. Unique, distinctive, and personalized. Find the ring of your dreams and enjoy 2 years zero-interest financing. Plus, at this event, when you buy any Tocori or Verragio ring, IDC will give you a $500 gift card. Buy the matching wedding band and get a $1,000 gift card. Don't miss this spectacular event featuring the most exclusive designers in bridal, and let IDC's experts help you match up the most perfect diamond for the ring you'll fall in love with. It's happening next weekend, March 15th through 17th, exclusively at International Diamond Center. All 4 Orlando locations on approved credit.
Have you ever seen a $5,000 pet fish? You can this Friday through Sunday during the Central Florida Koi Show at the Avanti Palms Hotel on International Drive. Go to cfks.org for more information. It's crazy, like a dog show, but for fish.
iHeart Podcast Update. This week on your free iHeartRadio app. Math and Magic. Stories from the frontiers of marketing with Bob Pittman, Season 6. Join iHeartMedia Chairman and CEO as he analyzes the math and magic of marketing, sitting down with today's most gifted disruptors. Marketing School, digital marketing and online marketing tips. Actionable digital marketing lessons learned through years of being in the trenches. Office Hours with Mike Stibe. Mike sits down with the world's most important chief executives to answer your most pressing questions about leadership, career, and life. Hear these podcasts and more on your free iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
For all your windows and doors, go to FASWD.com. That's FASWD.com.
You probably don't know this or care, but we have web goals. So go to JimColbertLive.com and look at stuff.
That's right, JimColbertLive.com. If you want to hear our interview with Tom Segura, he'll be at the Kia Center March 14th. Go check that out. Jack already has it posted up at the goods at JimColbertLive.com. You can also click through and watch us on our YouTube channel and see gentlemen like we have as a guest here in just 1 second. Plus, as we do it every single day. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
And Jack. Hi. And Ross.
It's true.
Every Wednesday around this time, our good friend who writes for the Orlando Sentinel. You can read his columns Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. You can also find him on Twitter every day at Scott_Maxwell. Good and loud for our good friend, Mr. Scott Maxwell.
Yay!
He's nice.
Sweet heat. Sweet heat, indeed.
Sometimes. So I'm sorry, I was on deadline. I didn't get to hear the interview. How'd it go with Tom Segura?
Yeah, he was good. He was actually really, really good. It's so funny because people expected him to be kind of a bombastic comic, and some of the texters were going, "Oh my God, this other guy was so much funnier." He's doing an interview? We're talking about his career. It's he's not doing his act. It's a little different, but yeah, very interesting. And that guy's had a meteoric rise to popularity. I was just telling him, like I would tell you. I mean, you remember the 4 or 5 comics back in the day that could play an arena. And now it's like, every other comic that you see on social plays the arena.
It is interesting. And a lot of these guys have been around for a while. They just sort of exploded. Like my son used to watch, he introduced me to Nate Bargatze years ago.
Yeah.
But then, I don't know, I think Saturday Night Live and everything, and these guys just exploded. And Segura's been doing this for quite a while, too.
He has, yeah. You know what the funny thing is Scott, it's social media. These guys really learned how, and Ross asks, Tom about, how to kind of get to that next level. And he basically says, when those trends hit, whether it's podcasts, whether it's just, making posts on TikTok, you got to get in there and do it. You can't pause even a little bit. And if you look at Nate's team and Tom's team, these guys have a team of people who put out really relevant, good quality social media content every single day and on multiple platforms.
This might be my problem, Jim, because I don't have a team.
No. And you don't have a presence outside of Twitter or X.
Yeah.
You're not even doing Instagram. I don't know if you've done anything on Facebook.
But really, though, his stuff
I can't find you on TikTok.
He's built for Twitter, though. I mean, his thing is Twitter is really the only platform that Scott could shine in because he's not like doing challenges. You're really getting there with the hard hitting commentary.
I think he might find a home in Truth Social.
Yeah,
I'm good for like 180 characters, and that's it. That's all anybody can. No, it is a shame that the one I seem to thrive on is the most evil platform on the planet.
Yeah. Or if you hear a lot of people say it's the most truth-filled one now because Elon bought it.
Yeah.
That guy's a mess.
He is a mess. What was it? I saw an Elon story today that kind of made me laugh a little bit.
That Trump went to him for money?
No, it wasn't Trump went to him for money. It was something else that Elon said about a company. Oh, it was about AI. How Elon's talking about, how AI this, AI that, and he's suing Sam Altman about all that. And then basically, you see what they did yesterday? They're like, "Oh, we got receipts, dude. Remember these emails?" And it was the whole time behind the scenes. Back in the day, Elon Musk is trying to get them to get on board and team up with Tesla and all this other stuff.
Raise $1 billion.
It does not look good. But it's stereotypical big business like that. They don't have to really follow any rules when you are the most powerful guy on the planet or one of them.
It does. It seems like he is more recently than before, just living in his own bubble.
Yeah.
And truth doesn't seem to make a difference. Yeah. He'll tweet things and retweet things, and then people will be like, "Bro, that was a Nazi."
Yeah.
And it'll be like, "All I'm doing is sharing discourse."
Right. Yeah. Well, the funny thing is once he dipped his toe in that political arena, and once he started getting some attention from a certain side of that political arena, that stuff probably gets a little infectious, and then he started picturing himself as a social warrior, and then off he goes. And I think he's way beyond his boots in these worlds. In a business world, and this goes with anybody, whether it be Steve Jobs, Donald Trump, whomever, when you are the king and ruler of that realm, you can do whatever. But when you enter the world of politics and there are checks and balances and people to answer to and then favors to pay, people usually who are used to people just listening to what they say and then doing what they do don't operate well in those areas. They just don't know how to deal with people saying we don't have to do that and then kind of playing back at them. Because politics is a completely different game than money power in a sense. It is all money power, but internally it's more than that. And if you want a good example of it, by the way, I think the Kevin McCarthy, Matt Gaetz battle is a great example of that. A lot of fun.
That's a mess. One person who we all know that used to be all about Twitter and then just stopped one day.
Who's that?
Was Jim Phillips.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah.
And Jack's laughing. And Jim would respond to anybody. Like anybody, they'd be like, "You have a 3-headed penis," and he'd be like, "No, I don't," and he'd get in there with them. I think if I remember correctly, one day his wife just said, what is wrong with you?
Yeah.
That like you will spend hours on this platform. You're never happy when you're done, and you've never really accomplished anything. And then he finally said that she was like, well, she's right.
Yep.
And he turned it off, and that was it.
And that was it. Never been back.
But I think his last tweet was, I'm going to the vending machine for some M&Ms. And that was it. He never returned.
That's great. He's still out there right now. I think I just saw him withering in front of the machine, pointing at B3.
Yeah.
So what do you have for us? I saw the.
All right.
Oh, hold on for a second. I saw the pledge bit. You thought it was silly. You're like, hey, I
didn't think it was silly. I just wasn't sure it made for great radio.
You're like, I've got this pledge bit, and but we could also talk about this other thing. I went and I read the story about the pledge, and I was like, why does he want to talk about this? This is like,
I've read that. I almost signed it today.
I was like, this is a really cool idea, and I think people would love to hear about this idea than other just politics stuff. So what is this?
Okay, well then I will. Then I will tell you. As you may know, the world's gotten a little bit more toxic over the past couple of years. And then particularly after what's going on in the Middle East with Israel and Palestine and Hamas, we've seen rising instances of sort of really just nasty things, hate speech and acts around here. And a couple of local guys said we need to do something about this. And one is Allen Ginsberg, whose name a lot of your readers may not know, but he's a wealthy, very wealthy philanthropist, developer, the tallest tower at Florida Hospital. If you look over on Orange Avenue, the very tallest one, it's the Ginsberg Tower.
Yeah, I think he also bought Horace Grant's old house over Winter Park, which was that gargantuan 26,000 square foot house over there. I remember when it was purchased and he left, Ginsberg was the guy who bought it.
That's right of Palmer or whatever that is. Or that's right. And he's done a lot of philanthropic things, and he's Jewish. And he teamed up with a guy I think you guys do know, Joel Hunter.
Yes.
Who is probably the best known pastor in Central Florida. And basically what they came up with was something called the Central Florida Pledge. And what they wanted to do was they wanted to start with a group of, 100 or a couple hundred leaders in Central Florida who would sign this pledge and basically say, I'm paraphrasing, and Pastor Hunter would not approve. It basically says, I'm not going to be a dick. That's not what they said. But it basically says I'm not going to feed in to this hatred and this toxic and this division, particularly when it comes to things that are based on race or ethnicity or faith or sexual orientation. And basically it asks people to sign a pledge that says not only will they not stoke those sort of flames of hatred, but they'll also call it out. And I got to tell you, that part really appealed to me. And part of the reason it appealed to me, because I obviously have seen the instances of hate against Palestinians and Jewish folks, but we've been reveling in it in this state for the past 2 years, particularly when it comes to gay and LGBT folks. I mean, it has been a dogma of division that has been preached out of Tallahassee. And sometimes it has made me sad to see how few people have spoken up. And one of the examples I gave, one of the ones who I found inspiring, was Volusia County Sheriff Mike Chitwood.
who, by the way, is, really kind of a... he's a crowd divider, Chitwood, because he's one of these guys that a lot of people, you either love Mike or you don't like Mike.
That's right, and I wouldn't call him a good old boy because I think he's from up north originally.
He's not a good old boy.
But he's we'll call him a tough talking, no nonsense sheriff. He fits that mold of a stereotypical sheriff. And Mike Chitwood will tell you flat out, like, he doesn't even completely get transgenderism. Like he'll just say that's not something I completely understand, but when he saw these guys, these politicians in Tallahassee calling Florida's transgender residents groomers and demons and imps, tough talking Mike Chitwood was one of the only law enforcement people in this state who stood up and said, that's wrong. And it's not just wrong, it's dangerous. And that's the important thing to think about, because when you call people names like that, what you're doing is you're dehumanizing them. You're telling people that you think they are less than human, demons and imps. And the Sheriff Chitwood's line was, when you talk about people like that, you are, quote, putting a target on their back. You've made them a target for hate, probably for violence. And I was impressed that he spoke up. But like I said, I was a little depressed that so few other folks stuck up.
So I have to ask, when this pledge was created, did the people who create the pledge have like a master list of people in Orlando that they would like to have sign it to kind of create some provenance or some legitimacy to it? Like, guys like John Morgan and other, the mayor or the mayors, I should say, and other civic leaders and business leaders?
And I'll give you all a little insight because I was a little involved in this, not in the very earliest stages. I think they had a list of about 50 people. And then, I don't know, 2 months ago, there was a meeting with about 200 people, and it was at the Alfond Inn. And I was there, and I was one of them. And I would tell you that, like, every name you have ever seen in the newspaper in the past 20 years was in that room. So you're sitting at a table with every mayor. Mel Martinez was there. Linda Chapin was there. Every CEO of every company I can think of was here. Pastors were there. Imams were there. Rabbis were there. The heads of every higher institution, from Stetson to Rollins to UCF, the presidents of all of them were in the room. I was sitting next to Teresa Jacobs, the school board chair. And there were, like I said, there were a lot of faith-based groups, a lot of nonprofit groups. And basically, it was Alan and Joel saying, here's our idea. Would you stand up with us? And what would this pledge need to say for you to feel comfortable with it? And that's how they got to one that I shared and that I ended up signing that basically says, yes, this recent stuff has been stoked by conflicts in the Middle East, but we have to stand up to this stuff no matter who it's targeted when it's based on identity politics.
Right.
And they did get some, and now there are law enforcement people there. John Mina was there. Buddy Dyer and Jerry Deming signed it. Dennis Lima, the sheriff of Seminole County.
I was glad to see his name on it too. I was glad to see his name on it.
I think a name like his goes a long way, and it wasn't just his name. I included a lengthy quote about, I don't remember it by heart, about why he said he pledged to do this. And I think the notion is that, Florida keeps getting uglier in its politics, but Central Florida has always been a pretty welcoming community. And I've always believed that people come here and they can make something of themselves pretty fast. Sometimes that's how we get scammed, by scam artists who come to town. But it's been pretty welcoming. And this was a way of theoretically some of the better known people in town say, not here. Not in my town, and we're not going to welcome it. And when you have Jewish, Muslim, Christian, business, education, politics, Republican, Democrat, white, black, brown, all signing the same thing, I think it sounds a message. Is it the only thing that needs to happen? No.
Yeah.
You can't. But I think there was something significant, so I was happy to be part of it.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about the partisan issue there, because, when you say all those groups, all that really is great, but as well as I do, the partisan issue is always in play, especially now in an election year. Did you find it to be like a 50-50 partisan thing, or was it one more than the other?
Well, you have to remember that, like, in Orange County, we are, like, heavily Democrat,
right.
like 2-1. So if you invite every elected official in Orange County, you're going to get mostly Democrats. But I think they went to great lengths to have folks from both sides of the aisle. And I guess the way I would look at it, I told somebody, because I've had some on the left. In fact, I would tell you that on Twitter, everybody's favorite platform, people complained about, well, I'm not going to promise to be kind to a Nazi or a racist, because that's one of the things you're doing. But I think one of the things I've said is, well, on this pledge, you have people like Anna Eskamani and you have people like Dennis Lima.
Right.
Who both signed this. And neither one of those guys is giving up their principles. I guarantee you, Anna Eskamani's not saying she's going to wrap her arms around a Klansman any more than Dennis Lima is going to anyone else. But I think it's just a sort of a basic decency and not indulging the kind of speech that leads to violence.
Yeah, it's funny. I'll give you an example. One of the guys who texts us all the time, who is a red hatter for sure, just texted me and said, a pledge, ha ha, I would love to read that. Well, pre-mocking it already, mocking it without even knowing what it says or what it's trying to do, openly mocking it with zero information.
Yeah.
That's what you're up against, by the way, when you deal with stuff like this and you have ideas that really hurt people's feelings or scare them a little bit. They get a little scared, Jack. They got to run and hide sometimes. They're so scared that people actually may get along.
Besides reading Scott Maxwell in today's Orlando Sentinel about it, there's also a link, and you can go directly there to centralfloridapledge.com, and you can actually see the pledge right there. It's not long. It's a very quick read.
No, it's not. And really, a comment like that, I'd love to read it. I often think, would you? I mean, will you even take the time to do it? And if it says anything other than what you expected to begin with, would you text back to Jim and go, wow, I've had my eyes open, because it just calls for acting like a decent human being.
He will not.
God, I feel like a jack monkey for not having.
No, this guy's a straight line tower. Trust me. We've had many discussions about how well he stays in line, how well he does.
Send that guy to Dennis Lima.
Yeah.
And why don't you go laugh in his face about why he signed that pledge?
I've told him 100 times, you're a good boy. You do exactly what you're told. Good job. You do exactly what you're told by Mr. T.
And Teresa Jacobs is a Republican as well.
Sure.
At least last I checked at the school board. And I believe me, this was a tough line to walk. And in some ways, the pledge is a little bit bland, because if you bring in every group or a lot of groups, you're missing some group. You didn't want to tick off Republicans. You didn't want to tick off Democrats. You didn't want to sound like you're saying more pro-Palestinian or Israeli. And at the first meeting, I will tell you, with all these people in the room, it was a lot of Palestinian folks who stood up and objected to the first draft of the pledge. They said, I feel like you're rallying everybody to Israel's side, not ours. So, I mean, but one of the nice things was there was a room of 150, 200 people listening. And I saw some value in that.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, here's the thing. Anytime that the people who are the movers and the shakers are like-minded and they're focused on just making the community more inviting to other people and to everybody who's already here, I can't imagine there's any bad in that. And I can't imagine how you could take a party of any sort and inject it into that and create something that's nefarious. I don't understand that mindset. I just simply don't.
Oh, something positive where you get everyone to agree. Come on.
Yeah, and I also think there's some value in having these people sign these pledges. And frankly, I will be comfortable reminding them. If there's a politician who's standing next to another politician that's preaching this awful target setting language like Mike Chitwood has, I might ping him and say, hey, we both signed this pledge. Do you think you're fulfilling that pledge by standing next to that guy who's, saying things that could encourage violence, certainly encourages division.
Hey, you don't have to say names, of course. I'm not asking you to do that. But did you see anybody in that room that you didn't think should be there? Based on stuff, based on stuff you know from the past, is there somebody there that you thought, look at him turning over a new stone, or her?
Not too. I don't know that anyone springs to mind. There were a couple of people I did not see, and I found myself thinking, good. Which is probably that probably defeats the whole point of the pledge right there.
It does.
You know what? I'm a work in progress.
Hey, before we get out of here, I do want to say something. How much money do you think is going to be spent on that Steve Garvey Adam Schiff fight over in California?
Ooh, that's a lot of money, isn't it?
Yeah. How much money do you think how much money do you think it's worth to get Schiff out? I mean, the minute I saw that fight was going to happen, I was like, oh my God Almighty, that is going to set. They're going to spend so much money.
Another question will be, will you be able to find out who's spending it? Because in the primary, there were all these ads trying to help one candidate or another, and two different Democrats were claiming the other one was spending it. I mean, one of them's lying, right?
Exactly. You guys give it up good and loud for Scott Maxwell.
Yay!
Remember, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Sundays, you can read his columns in the Orlando Sentinel, but you can find him every day on Twitter /X at Scott_Maxwell. My friend, have a good weekend, and we'll see you next week.
Be kind.
All right, buddy. 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Load them up for trivia. You heard it. Tom Segura tickets in the suite with Deb, Jack, and our man Scott Maxwell. We'll do that next here on the Jim Colbert Show.
We have a prize. Get on board at 407-916-1041. Jim Colbert Show Trivia is brought to you by Cento Family Moving and Storage. That's CENTO moving.com.
This is three-time Pro Bowler LeVar Arrington. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Staples Stores.
The top big man in college basketball's 24 recruiting class is headed to Duke. Iman Maloch is a 7'2 center from the NBA Academy in Senegal. Tonight's college basketball action includes UCF hosting #1 Houston. Knights will be upset-minded after losing to Iowa State this past weekend. And a fifth straight win's within reach for the Magic tonight. They're in Washington. Orlando opened their road trip last night by beating Charlotte. I'm Scott Davidson.
Staples Print Big Sale means the more you print, the more you save. Get $20 off your print purchase of $100 or more. 50 off your print purchase of $200 or more, and $100 off your print purchase of $300 or more. Offer ends 4/6. See staples.com/print for details. Print more, save more at Staples.
Guys, here in Central Florida, you know it, man. 61 day, 85 the next. That's why your AC has to be ready to go every single second of the day. I know who can do that for you. It's Mills Air. They've been doing it 30-plus years here in Central Florida. When Ross needed his problem solved, Mills Air. When Deb's mom needed her problem solved, Mills Air. For me, it's a no-brainer. These guys are the absolute best, and that 30 years experience is going to work hard for you. Let their techs come out and take care of you. Get you that preventive maintenance plan to make sure that when summer gets here, and it'll be here way before you know it, you are ready to go. You're watching everybody else sweat while you're nice and cool. They know these brands inside and out, and Mills Air, they're Carrier factory authorized dealers. That could get you up to $1,275 in rebates towards that brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. They're family owned and operated, ready to help you today. Call 407-277-1159. Online, millsair.com.
Let the professionals at Fence Outlet save you time and money. We handle everything from the free estimate to the install. We do it all, and you get 0% financing. So come into Fence Outlet or visit fenceoutlet.com today. License number C-10252 and C-10803.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. New South offers volume discounts for homeowners. The more you buy, the more you save. Our discounts start at the fourth window, and from there, the savings grow. New South can do this because we own our factory, and that's the power of Factory Direct. Visit us at newsouthwindow.com.
Make your dream of a new paver's driveway, pool deck, beautiful patio, and artificial turf a reality with Pavers Depot. Join us at the largest pavers showroom in Central Florida. Over 400,000 square feet in stock, including Tamron brand pavers. Pavers Depot can get your job done in just 2 weeks with a free estimate on custom installation. Visit online at paversdepot.com or call 407-839-5900. 407-839-5900. paversdepot.com.
Hey, let's get out of here. With Audible, we could root for a lone astronaut as he tries to save Earth from disaster. Maybe go for a run with the founder of the world's biggest sneaker brand. We could get the tea on the real-life media mogul succession drama. Or find out what life is really like for an Oscar-winning actress. I mean, with Audible, we could go anywhere. There's more to imagine when we listen. Hear the latest audiobooks, podcasts, and originals at audible.com.
Hi, my name's Charles. On my way to work, I was struck by a tractor trailer. I called attorney Glenn Klausman for help. He got me to really good doctors. I don't think it's right to be bragging on a billboard or TV about getting millions of dollars for getting hurt. However, I will say Glenn Klausman got me a great settlement quicker than I thought possible. I'm very happy with the results, and that's why I'm doing this. Call Glenn Klausman at 407-917-1718. His website is klausmanlaw.com. Car crash, call Klausman.
Office, Winter Park.
Hey, Orlando, are you looking for new ways to save? Well, on Verizon, you don't need to be on a family plan to get our best deals. Switch to Verizon, and for a limited time, plans start at just $50 per month for a single line with autopay plus taxes and fees when you bring your own phone with unlimited welcome. That's a savings of $15 per month. And when you switch now, you can save on the things you love to stream, like Netflix and Max. There's never been a better time to switch to the network America relies on. A better plan to save is Verizon. This offer won't last long. Visit your local Verizon store to switch and save big today. $180 BYOD promo credit per phone applied over 36 months for new customers with one new line with your own 4G or 5G smartphone on unlimited welcome plan required. $360 local promo credit applied over 36 months for new customers with one new line. Additional terms apply. In select markets only. Auto pay and paper-free billing required. For unlimited welcome plan in times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations like The Vinyl Experience. Just search Vinyl Experience and listen now on your free iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
Over $6 billion in tax refunds were flagged by the IRS for possible identity theft in 2023. If you're in a bind this tax season, LifeLock can help. Their U.S.-based restoration specialists are dedicated to helping solve identity theft issues, and all plans are backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, which means if you lose money because of identity theft, LifeLock will reimburse you to the limits of your plan. Go to LifeLock.com and save up to 25% your first year with promo code CLAY.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code COOL to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code COOL for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code COOL for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Hey, so apparently Facebook is still a thing. Search gym members and join our group.
Oh, man. Real butter. Peanut butter with a little bit of syrup on a waffle with ice cold milk.
Man.
Or ice cold, just about frozen milk with spaghetti.
Oh, no.
Oh.
No.
Yes.
Big violation there.
No. No Italian food with milk. Not pizza. Not calzone.
You are 1,000%. If there's red sauce,
None.
no milk.
None.
Does not go.
No.
Exactly.
No.
100%.
You said, what did you say? You said no milk or no dairy? What did you say?
407-916-104. You can't drink milk with Italian food, buddy. You can't drink milk with pizza.
Is there not milk in bechamel?
There is. Well, yeah, there is milk in bechamel.
And that's in lasagna.
Yeah, but it is. But it's not drinking milk with that food. They're dairy products, because cheese is dairy as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's on there as well, but I'm not drinking milk with that. No.
Lasagna and milk.
Come on, man.
I'm reading a
Too
text.
far.
All right, 407-916-1041.
Yeah, but you're enjoying it.
Yeah, I am.
Stop smiling.
Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb and Jack are here as well, and Ross has the sauce jar. Let's get it.
All aboard.
Chugga, chugga.
Choo-choo.
Lickety-clack, lickety-clack.
I have a beautiful pair of sweet tickets to see who other than the guy who we just talked to today, Tom Segura, at the Kia Center, March 14th, with, of course, Jack, Deb, and who other than Scott Maxwell himself, members of the Jim Colbert Show. That is your sauce jar, which is always brought to you by
Cento Family Moving and Storage put their fully trained expert moving crews to the test, but be aware they're adept in packing your things, handling your furniture, safe driving, customer service, and so much more. Speaking of more, mention the Jim Colbert Show, and that will get you a discount. Book them today at centomoving.com. That's CENTO. Moving.com. Put it back in the bag. Back to you.
Thanks, Eb. I appreciate that. Ross goes first today.
He has more points than Magic Johnson and Larry Bird combined. That's a fact. Let's welcome James.
Oh, LeBron, as in LeBron?
Yeah.
There you go. James, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. How about you guys?
We're doing wonderful. Would you like to play a little game with us?
I would love to.
Let's do it then.
Game show.
All right, James, this is a very easy game. Got a question here for you. 4 answers. One of these answers, however, is not authentic. It's true. It's fake, I mean. It's a lie. It's also confusing.
You use new words.
Yeah, every day.
And they trip you up.
What is real?
Yeah, nothing is real, buddy.
Am I
Nothing.
cake?
All right, you are not.
Good.
All right, James, got 4 questions here. One of these is a lie. Find it, and I will send you to the sauce jar. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go. On this day in 1945, George Nissen of Cedar Rapids, Iowa, receives the very first patent for the trampoline.
Oh.
That's right. Here are 3 fun facts about trampolines and one canceled homeowner's insurance policy of a lie. Number
true.
1, the trampoline was inspired by the safety net used by trapeze artists. Number 2, Apple founder Steve Jobs had a trampoline room in his home for daily exercise. Number 3, jumping on a trampoline strengthens your eyes. Or lastly, recreationally, you burn between 250 and 325 calories per hour jumping on a trampoline. Which of those is a lie?
I'm going to go with number 1.
No, that's absolutely true, buddy. The trampoline was inspired by the safety nets used for trapeze artists.
Oh, wow. Makes sense.
Ross, who's next?
Won a lot of money off of a car accident lawsuit. Let's welcome Tracy.
I like this new thing.
Yeah, a little more trivia.
Yeah, very good. Tracy, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing great. We're talking about trampolines, Tracy. Which one of these isn't true? Number 1, Apple founder Steve Jobs had trampoline room in his home for his daily exercise. Number 2, jumping on a trampoline strengthens your eyes. Or lastly, recreationally, you burn about 250 to 325 calories per hour jumping on a trampoline.
I'm going to go number 3.
No, that's true, unfortunately.
Really?
Yeah. Recreationally, you'll burn about 250 to 325 calories an hour simply jumping on a trampoline. I learned that the hard way when I went to one of these jump houses when those things became popular.
Right.
I'm like, I'm going to be here all day. 10 minutes later, my heart was in my face. It is way harder than you think.
It's exhausting.
It is exhausting,
Really?
yes.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Who's next?
He's really known for a train.
Oh, Thomas the Tank Engine. I love this new thing. Am I right?
Yeah, you're
Oh, very
right.
good.
It's not Chris the engine.
All right.
Chugga.
There you go, buddy. I like that.
There you go.
I like this guy. All right, on top of their chuggas, maybe we can get you some tickets. We're talking about trampolines, boss. Which one of these is not true? Number 1, Apple founder Steve Jobs had a trampoline room in his home for his daily exercise. Or lastly, jumping on a trampoline strengthens your eyes.
Number 2.
No, that's true, dude.
Oh.
That is true. Dude, I am on one. I don't know if you guys have noticed this. Dude, I am straight up puzzle mastering this city to death. Why don't you guys revel in my win? I hate that.
Well,
I hate it when I do something good, when I win, and you guys just stare at me.
Well, I'm
It
happy
sucks.
for you. I usually go Puzzle Master.
I just feel bad for the listeners who aren't winning.
Let's welcome Jim Everett. I'm sorry, Chris.
Chris. Oh, yeah. How you doing?
Doing great. How are you?
You are doing great, buddy, because you're about to win a very cool prize if you can get this right. It's your only guess. Is this a lie? Apple founder Steve Jobs had a trampoline room in his home for his daily exercise.
That would be a lie.
That's a lie. And you were going to see Tom Segura with the guys. Enjoy it, buddy. There was, however, a tech icon that does have a trampoline room in his home.
Bill Gates.
Bill Gates is the answer.
He looks like he would have
Yeah.
a trampoline room in his house.
Bill Gates has a trampoline room in his home.
Have you ever seen the footage of him jumping over an office chair?
Bill Gates?
Yeah. It's the funniest thing he's ever done. It's like right before it's like as he's getting mainstream famous, and he just, in the middle of an interview, I think he flexes like, I've got a pretty good vertical. and the interviewer goes, can you show us? And he jumps over a chair. And he's kind of proud about
That's
it.
kind of funny. I thought he was a big basketball fan. Is that accurate?
Possibly. I'm not quite sure, but he loves jumping over chairs.
All right, a few other things you may not know about trampolines before we get over to Ross thoughts. The trampoline was the trampoline was first promoted in New York City, and it used a certain animal to do it. What animal did they use to promote trampolines?
What bounces? Pogo. A
kangaroo.
That's the answer.
Yeah.
Kangaroo. Very
All right.
good. The word trampoline is a derivative of the Spanish word trampolin, which means springboard. That's funny. The largest trampoline ever assembled was in Glasgow, Scotland. It was 63,000 square feet.
Whoa.
That's like the Biltmore as a trampoline.
Yeah. Why did they make it so big? They were just going for the record?
Just going for the record.
I would think it's counterproductive.
And then lastly, in 2000, trampolining became
an Olympic sport.
It did.
What?
In 2000, trampolining became an Olympic sport. And apparently,
big time.
The people who do this had been lobbying the Olympic Committee for years to get trampolining into the Olympics.
So it's that second week of gymnastics after all all the attention's on the floor exercises and the team. But that second week when they do rhythmic gymnastics
And they have the ribbon on the stick.
Yep. And then you will see the trampolines, and they go, 40, 50 feet in the air, and they're doing all these flips and stuff and coming down.
I'm going to have to...
Oh, it's pretty wild.
I'm going to have to check that out.
That's what I love about the Olympics. Every 4 years, you're just watching stuff you'll never watch again.
You're the biggest. You may be the biggest Olympics fan I know.
Same here, yeah.
Yeah, he
I
loves
love it.
Yeah, it's good. All right, Ross, thoughts?
Yeah. We've talked a lot about social media. Hell, even today. But I do have a social media question for you guys that I know for a fact I've never asked you. Get ready to answer my demands after the break.
Oh, I love it when you quiz us. We'll do that next.
Uh-oh.
It's like a text message with your voice. The TalkBack feature on the free iHeartRadio app. Follow Real Radio 104.1, tap the microphone, and speak.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Looking at a slow ride on I-4 this afternoon, both east and westbound on the interstate for drivers traveling by the major attractions exits. No major problems at this time east or westbound on the 408. Looking at some activity reported at the intersection of Old Winter Garden Road and Fair Villa Road. If you see other traffic problems, make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Today, we're the largest injury firm in the world, and I'm thankful to you for trusting us all these years. We'll always be here for the people, not the powerful. We'll always be here for you. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at Life Imaging FLA. It is time to be a hero. Tell your friends and family about Life Imaging FLA and their free heart scan. Here's why. Because you want them to be around for a long time. And look, man, everybody likes a surprise now and again. But where you don't want a surprise, it's at your doctor's office. You don't want to step in there thinking everything's fine. Next thing you know, you get that plaque all over your heart. Do not do that. Get with Life Imaging FLA and find out what's going on inside. No dyes. You don't take off your clothes. This only takes a few minutes, but what it can do for you is simply amazing. It sucks, especially when you find out with cardiac disease that one of the first symptoms can be instant death. So get this done. Take care of this for sure. It is only the way to go. Don't wait. Do exactly what I did. Call Life Imaging FLA right now. Get that free heart scan. Just a few minimum requirements. It is a $699 value. While you're there, be sure to ask about the cancer screening as well. Here's how you do it. Pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan. That's all you have to do. Pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan. You'll be connected in seconds. Guys, make that call today. Make this the year you take control of your long-term health care. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else. And we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. From your cell, dial pound 250 and say keyword great results. That's pound 250 and say great results.
The hit true crime podcast Paper Ghosts is back with a haunting mystery in the shadows of the Ozarks. Season 4 unravels a darkly intriguing cold case from 1989 as a community continues to search for answers about a missing girl, various suspects, and a potential connection to BTK.
It's gone from, okay, we don't think something's quite right, to there's some worry going on now because now we've found some of her clothing.
Listen to Paper Ghosts on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Cento Family Moving and Storage is Central Florida's trusted source for local and long-distance moving. From packing to delivery, Cento Moving is fully licensed and insured to provide you a seamless moving experience so you can enjoy your new home in no time. Get a quote today at centomoving.com. Forget the stress, move with the best.
Sunnyside Electric.
Oh, hi. I'm worried about my electrical panel.
For static electricity problems involving your cat, press 1.
No, my electric panel.
For all other inquiries, press 2.
Don't even have a cat.
Fine. What's your problem then?
My electric panel, it's making sort of a humming noise.
Impossible. If your panel is working normally, it should be silent.
I know. That's why...
Have you tried using those noise-cancelling headphones?
What?
Then you won't hear the humming.
How does that help?
It'll get you off my back.
This would never happen with Frank Gay.
But you didn't call Frank Gay.
No, but I'm calling them now.
When you have an electrical problem, you need help now. A helpful operator to guide you, qualified electricians to diagnose and repair your electric panel and keep it safe and functional. That's the Frank Gay way.
Wish I'd called Frank Gay in the first place.
Sorry, can't hear you. I'm wearing my noise-cancelling headphones.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
Ah, winter, with its cold, dry air causing that not-so-nice winter nose feeling. Thankfully, you don't have to wait for warmer weather to clear sinus congestion and send winter nose packing. All you need is Navage Nasal Care. Navage helps soothe the inflamed nasal passages that are often part of colds and infections. It flushes a pure, refreshing saline solution through your sinuses to give you the soothing moisture you need. Navage also sucks out the other irritants trapped in your nose, viruses, dust, bacteria, and germs too. Winter might feel like it drags on forever, but Navage works quickly, helping you breathe more clearly in just 30 seconds. No decongestants required. Navage is a drug-free solution that helps you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. Get Navage today and make winter a little more bearable. Navage is available online at Navage.com or in stores at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, and Target. Navage, Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by Tools Ace Hardware.
This is trial attorney Jeff Kaufman from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind. Yes, another attorney commercial. When people ask me what they should look for when they're hiring an attorney, I make it pretty simple. 1, has your attorney been practicing for more than 10 years? 2, do they pick up the phone when you call? And 3, do they actually care about you? If this works for you, contact us at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546, office Orlando.
A1Garage.com, A1 from day one.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Find out at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Want more from us? At The Jim Colbert Show on Instagram. Follow us.
Pancakes and Oreos only. Put that milk in the freezer and get it ice cold.
Oh, yeah, dog.
I played one with it.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show here on Real Radio. My man was away from the phone. My man was away from the phone. He recorded that with his phone on the hood.
Yeah. That one, I read that one because we get the transcript as well. I'm like, oh, this will fit right in with that milk theme, and I'm just gonna play it because I'm out of time. And that guy couldn't have been further away. What, Jack?
He's like this. He's like, y'all know what I love.
By the way, it's a great time to mention on the Talkback feature on the free iHeartRadio app. You hit the mic, you record your message, you can listen back.
Yeah,
and you can see how it sounds and then send it to us.
And he just texted me and said, I listened to it 3 times, dog. That was my best one.
Well, thank you for your efforts, sir.
Whenever I talk milk, I whisper.
That's an odd thing.
It's a thing. It's hereditary.
I got a vitamin D whisper.
Just like my father before.
All right, welcome back. I am Jim. Deb is here. Jack is here. And Ross has some thoughts. Let's get them.
It's weird.
I think
it's funny.
This should be a little fun.
Sometimes it's Ross.
All right.
Spelled like sauce.
Jim is not laughing.
It's Ross thoughts.
I was, the year was 2007, and I was in the middle of failing geometry for the first time. Don't want to brag. And I really, can we just talk about geometry real fast? I hate it. I really hate geometry. I get it. Degrees are cool. That's awesome. But as soon as you start doing the whole proof, did you guys have to do proofs?
Oh, yeah.
Where they give you the answer and they're like, well, tell us how. Well, why are we putting the middleman back in? We have the answer.
It's funny. I hated it, but my wife tells me she hated math. The only thing she did well in was geometry.
Yeah. Get out of here with your proof-looking ass, dude. Not your wife, just the teacher's.
I will whip your...
Let me take that back. Okay, what I'm trying to say is that in the middle of geometry, and it wasn't going that great, shout out Miss Mansfield, she definitely looked like she peed standing up, but whatever, still not over it. Still not over it.
It happens.
She failed me. But in the middle of geometry, a friend looked at me, a close friend, and he goes, dude, you got to get off of MySpace, brother. MySpace is toast. It's done. It's a new thing. You got to get on Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
Facebook hit. I remember I had to have been 2007, might have been 2008. It feels like 2007, though. 2009 is when Facebook hit smartphones, and that's really, I think, the crossroads moment where you'll see a lot of John Connon's running through a time machine to tell people, like, don't put it on the phone. That's our Cyberdyne moment, if you ask me. But in 2007, I was introduced to Facebook, and then I got a Facebook. And you know what? At that time, I had no idea that the next 15 years, 16 years of my life is going to be, I was part of the first generation to deal with social media.
That's right.
But I'm curious. What would happen if social media, I don't know, happened in the 80s? What would happen if social media happened in the 90s? What would happen if that same exact situation that you guys that I went through happened to you? You're in the middle of your junior year. All of a sudden, somebody goes, dude, you got to get off of that. This is the way to go. It's called Facebook. I am curious what you guys think, who and what you would be if social media happened brand new. What is this, your sophomore or junior year? I already got Jim as somebody who's going like, so I could just message any girl?
Yeah.
I think you're a DM slider. I think high school Jim is sliding into some DMs.
No, I don't know, buddy. I don't know because I don't know. I don't know how well I would have acclimated to the Facebook in that time.
I got Jack posting like a bunch of Bruce Springsteen stuff. Here's
I think you got us mixed up. Well, that's the DM king right there, dog.
No.
Oh,
No, I think he's right. I was a good boy.
No, you weren't.
I most certainly
Anybody
was.
want to chime in
the
here?
light to when you're buying an 8-ball.
That's not a bad guy. He's not selling it. He's buying it.
That was clumsy.
Bad boys sell stuff. Good boys, party on the weekends.
Oh, hashtag clumsy drug addict.
I guess so. There you
But Jack, you had to have been a good boy. So you had to have been liking respectfully.
Are you kidding?
Yes.
He was the second to youngest child and the only boy.
Bro, he's got
His
you
mom was exhausted. His sisters were too busy.
You're not wrong.
This guy got away with
He's got you snowed.
everything.
No,
You're not wrong there.
Come on.
Jack.
He was not a good boy.
Talk to me. I was a good boy.
I will absolutely stick up for Jack here.
Thank you.
And not in the greatest of lights, if I may
He's
add.
a good boy now.
Oh, he's a good boy now, and he was
But
a
he
good boy.
wasn't
Jack,
then.
what was your high school GPA?
I don't know. 3-something.
3 what?
Solid B student, what he's saying.
Oh, 3 something that could be
3.0.
It could be 3.0. That's a B.
3.5.
You got into UCF, graduated.
I got into New Jersey Institute of Technology.
Right. The
And
NIT, not MIT.
NJIT.
It
was NJIT.
So your school is called
Ninja.
Engine.
I did a semester for architecture and volunteered at the radio station there. I'm like, oh, this is much better
This is
than
better than
designing
drawing
houses.
This is better than drawing buildings.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to make money. I'd rather look cool.
But he
Nailed it.
He just he slipped up there because he gave me a point towards Ross being a good boy. Jack being a good boy. He said the V word. My man volunteered.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's good boy stuff.
Yeah. No.
Unless he stole from him.
No, I'm good.
Okay, he thought about it. He thought about it.
I like to give an honest answer. I take a little,
Okay.
Jack only stole from March of Dimes.
This is basically it. So volunteering at a radio station was the 80s version of sliding into someone's DM.
You are right.
Because you're
Hey, what are you gonna
volunteering. There's a lot of female listeners at events coming to pick up prizes.
You have no idea who will do stuff for a GRR t-shirt.
Oh, my God.
I think the station I was on at the school station could only be heard inside the dormitory, the building we were in.
Exactly.
And if you plug your radio into the outlet, because it traveled through there.
I remember we had a competitor that was across the way there. I was like, I'd love to listen, but I don't live in your parking lot.
Oh no, yeah, Jim, your social media. I still think you might hit a DM every now and then, but who knows? But I will say this: it's just drenched in baseball.
Oh,
your social media would be all baseball.
That's all it would
shorts.
be. Baseball.
Yeah.
Baseball is all it would have been.
Beach trips to St. Augustine.
That's it. Yep. The whole 9 yards. You got
Hot
it.
young girlfriend.
What
heavy metal.
What position did you play?
As a pitcher.
Pitcher. All right.
Pitcher and
Nice.
shortstop.
All right. Pitcher, shortstop.
Yeah.
So like your cover photo would be like you probably pitching a splitter or something.
Yeah.
Throwing something good.
Or down, getting ready to field a ground ball.
High resolution photo.
Yeah.
Deb, you're in high school. You went to a private school, correct?
Private all-girl Catholic.
Private all-girl. So you get a lot of followers off rip.
Yeah, right.
and they would not be mentally stable.
That would be like, I just put a picture of me in my uniform up. What
I was
happened?
going to say, complete with the uniform skirt.
So, but what
knee-high socks?
What does your social media look like if you're in high school? All right, it's not no miniatures, right? That hasn't happened yet.
Art.
Art.
Anything with the paranormal.
I would say music and art, right?
Bauhaus, The Cure, punk rock, ska.
Yeah.
That's what my...
Yeah, it would have been littered with that. Mine would have been like Van Halen, Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, stuff like that.
Mine would have been exactly how Jimmy described my background and myself just the other day when he told me to look for something effed up and gloomy. And I think as long as you stick with that theme, you can't go wrong.
You're close.
You're as close as you're ever going to get.
What was yours like?
What, my high school?
Yeah, your high school Facebook page.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
It's funny that
scroll down, I guess, right?
Well, actually, it's funny that you say that because this is how this segment was going to end. Because every millennial right now listening, I promise you this, every millennial gets that notification when they wake up, and I think the vast majority of millennials, the first thing that they do when they wake up is they lean over to their nightstand and they grab their phone and then they wake up, scroll. They scroll, wake up.
Right.
I've been guilty of that. It takes a lot of effort for me not to do that. Every millennial gets that notification first thing in the morning. You've got memories. And you're like, all right. Those are usually fun. And then sometimes you see like a photo of an ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
You're like, that didn't work out. And
Bad
like,
memory.
A lot of my Facebook memories are comedy shows.
Yeah.
So I always click because I want to see, I forgot about that show. I forgot about that night, that one person. But every millennial gets that Facebook memory and it goes back to like 2009, 2010, 2011 Facebook posts that you posted. And they are so embarrassing. They are. I was posting like rap lyrics.
Oh, no.
But here's the thing, dude. Social media in 2009, 2010, no one was taking it as serious. It wasn't making and breaking everyone's careers as much as it is now.
You're just basically trying to look as cool as you possibly can, right?
Back in 2009?
Yeah.
I mean... No. Right now, I feel like the vibe is definitely look as good as you possibly can. But 2009, 2010 social media, when you logged in and Facebook asked you what's on your mind, you were honest. You didn't really care if it made anybody mad or if it made you kind of look not great because it wasn't that serious. Man, those were... the good old
innocent times.
How's this? Those were the good old days of social media.
Oh.
Those are your Ross thoughts. I'm out. Peace.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Just back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio, at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by Gringos Locos and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James, Miguel, Ken, and Mike. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
Looking at a slow ride on I-4 this afternoon, both east and westbound on the interstate for drivers traveling by the major attractions exits. No major problems at this time east or westbound on the 408. Looking at some activity reported at the intersection of Old Winter Garden Road and Fair Villa Road. If you see other traffic problems, make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Today, we're the largest injury firm in the world, and I'm thankful to you for trusting us all these years. We'll always be here for the people, not the powerful. We'll always be here for you. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
I can't believe it's already March, and before you know it, Florida's intense summer will be here. And if you're tired of watching the sun bleach your upholstery and make the inside of your home feel like a sauna, replace your old windows with the latest designs from Renewal by Andersen. Renewal by Andersen windows are built with their exclusive Fibrex material that's 2 times stronger than vinyl and features the most energy-efficient glass they've ever offered. Plus, Renewal by Andersen windows are 4.5 inches thick And that means less noise and better utility bills. No more lost AC during those brutal summer months. Renewal by Andersen products are backed by some of the strongest warranties you will find, and they're even transferable if you sell your house. They're locally owned and operated, and everything is made in the USA. So get started now. During the month of March, buy one window and or patio door and get 40% off. Plus, no money down, no payments, and 0% interest for 12 months. Visit rbafla.com for details. Some restrictions apply. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. License number CGC 1527613.
Did you know that your largest investment asset might not be your retirement account or home? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. Most people don't realize that their life insurance policy is actually an asset they can sell. But for almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. We've even created a free policy value calculator at abacuspays.com so you can find out in seconds what we might pay for your policy. There are no fees and no obligations, just information. Knowing the value of your life insurance policy is as important as knowing the value of your home, your equity portfolio, or your finances in total. Discover the valuable information you need to understand the current market value for your life insurance, and then get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Visit abacuspays.com to learn more and use our free policy value calculator today.
McDonald's McCafe iced coffee wakes you up like the perfect song. The 100% Arabica beans get your head nodding. Yeah, then the cream drops like a smooth bass line. Add some ice to chill it down, and some French vanilla flavor. There you go. Or change it up and go with caramel. Either way, it's a stone cold classic. Start your day with a $1.49 McCafe iced coffee, available during breakfast hours only. Music to my ears. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. My day just flows better when I make my first stop McDonald's. I can choose 2 faves and save big with a bundle of savory sausage McMuffin or flaky sausage biscuit with crispy hash browns for breakfast for $2.79. Or I can make Mickey D's my last stop. Lunch, dinner, a late night snack perhaps, when I bundle a crispy McChicken or juicy McDouble with delicious small fries for only $3.69. Now my day is made the tastiest way when I bundle and save at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Valid with product served.
Tools Ace Hardware carries the best brands in grills from Weber, Big Green Egg, Traeger, and Napoleon. They also have pizza ovens from Uni and Gosney, and make sure everyone has a place to sit with outdoor furniture from Pollywood. And now they have a service technician specializing in grills to help with any repair or warranty issues. Get free assembly and local delivery on any backyard purchase, $3.99 and up. It's Tools Ace, 13 convenient locations in Central Florida, including their new store in Hamlin, just open. Or you can shop online at acehardware.com. Get that free in-store pickup or delivery. It's Tools Ace, your local helpful place.
Ah, winter, with its cold, dry air causing that not-so-nice winter nose feeling. Thankfully, you don't have to wait for warmer weather to clear sinus congestion and send winter nose packing. All you need is Nauseous Nasal Care. Nauseous helps soothe the inflamed nasal passages that are often part of colds and infections. It flushes a pure, refreshing saline solution through your sinuses to give you the soothing moisture you need. Nauseous also sucks out the other irritants trapped in your nose, viruses, dust, bacteria, and germs too. Winter might feel like it drags on forever, but Nauseous works quickly, helping you breathe more clearly in just 30 seconds. No decongestants required. Nauseous is a drug-free solution that helps you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. Get Nauseous today and make winter a little more bearable. Nauseous is available online at nauseous.com or in stores at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, and Target. Nauseous, Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
Love podcasts? Pull out your phone right now. Open the free iHeartRadio app and check out these podcasts. History on Trial.
Only 30 minutes to put her body in the wow.
Dateline NBC.
The first big clue in the mystery.
Mission Implausible.
The means to keep down what was then called the Third World.
Listen today on the iHeartRadio app. More than just the best radio, it's your favorite podcasts too. And best of all, it's absolutely free. iHeartRadio.
This hour of programming is brought to you by My Home Builders Network. Need new windows? Then you need Mike and his team at hbnusa.com.
Radio show now comes with moving pictures. The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube. Subscribe and watch.
What up, Jim and gang? Cool Daddy checking in. Saw Steely Dan and the Eagles on Monday night. Made for a long day in 6th grade the next day, but what was so shocking? The concert was amazing. They sounded great. Vince Gill's a legend. Joe Walsh, unbelievable. But what scared me to death is my wife and I are at the top of the Kia Center. It is steep for some of those old people, man. I about saw 20 incidents of Saving Private Ryan. Old people going down. You better watch out. See you.
Yeah, they are that one going up to that top level. That thing is like that's ridiculously steep. If you were to trip and fall, you wouldn't hit for a minute.
Yeah.
Our 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show. I'm Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
Jack. What? And Ross as well.
It's true.
We do have some breaking news.
Yeah, a jury has just found Rust armor Hannah Gutierrez guilty of involuntary manslaughter and acquitted of evidence tampering in the Rust shooting that killed cinematographer Helena Hutchinson.
So we'll have to wait for sentencing to find out what she's looking at for that. But I think that doesn't it hold a minimum? Isn't that 10 years minimum? Involuntary manslaughter?
Not sure.
Yeah. I think it's like 10-15 or something. So we'll go from there and kind of find out. Sentencing will come soon.
And Alec Baldwin's case starts in July.
Yeah, it sure does.
I want to say manslaughter is a lot less than that.
I thought it was 10 to 15 maximum. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, maximum.
Yeah, I thought
all right.
I thought it was 10 to 15 max for involuntary. In other words, didn't mean to.
Yeah.
But was irresponsible enough to have to assume responsibility for it.
So, Class C felony minimum sentence, depending on the state, of 1 to 10 years.
There you go.
Up to 10 grand in fines.
Yeah. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. So, sports news. Who's the biggest name that we've heard in sports for the last few weeks?
Messi.
No.
LeBron.
No.
Caitlyn Clark.
Caitlyn Clark is the answer.
Nailed it. Man, I'm good at this.
So what do you think this story is? What do you think this story is about? It's funny because when is National Women's Day?
Friday.
That's this Friday, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
So what do you think the story's about? Caitlyn Clark.
Well, I've read it on the...
Holds the record. Yeah. Holds the record for the NCAA Division I all-time leading scorer. Has announced that she's going to enter the 2024 WNBA draft. What would be the story there?
Women's sports, got to be, I'm going to go pay.
It is pay.
Yeah.
She's the number one draft pick. Just set the record for the scoring, NCAA scoring record for basketball. Men or women's?
Yes.
What do you think her first-year contract will be worth in the WNBA as the top pick?
$150,000.
Oh, $50,000.
$70,000.
Deb wins. It's $80,000. $80,000. So, and again, this is me not ragging on anybody, just drawing a parallel. So the best player in college women's basketball who just set the all-time Division I NCAA scoring record will enter her professional career making less than a UPS driver.
Well, you said the key word.
Which is?
Women's.
Now, her NIL deal is worth a lot.
There we go.
And more than likely, the team she goes to, she will create some kind of deal where she'll get I don't know if they can do this or not, but obviously part of that jersey action, which they're going to sell like crazy.
She did sign a big deal today with a card. With a card
like
maker.
American Express or something like that?
No. It's like a
trading card?
Trading card
deal.
deal.
I see. Yeah.
An exclusive multi-year deal with a major trading card company. Panini America made the announcement today saying that Caitlyn is the first multi-year exclusive athlete to sign with the company.
Right. Now, Clark's estimated NIL valuation is how much? Now, her salary for playing basketball is nothing, but her name and likeness deal is?
I'll go $5 million.
That's not a bad guess.
$10 million.
$2.5 million.
$3.5 million. Deb's on a roll.
Yeah, she is.
All right. So, ranking fourth behind, and this is again where it gets a little bit more disrespectful. Bronny James, Shador Sanders, Livy Dunn, which is Olivia Dunn. She's the gymnast from I think LSU.
Yeah.
That became a social media juggernaut and makes a whole bunch. But those other two players, like Bronny James, he doesn't even start.
Yeah.
But he doesn't even start for UCLA or USC, wherever he plays. He's not even a starter. and his name and likeness, because his dad is worth more than the number one scorer in Division I basketball history. Shedeur Sanders makes more than Caitlyn Clark in her NIL deal because his daddy is Dion.
Also, Shedeur is pretty raw.
He's a pretty good player, but he hasn't done anything like she has. He doesn't have his name by any records like that. Kind of crazy, man, when you think about it. And it says here that the whole thing were like fans were shocked to learn how little WNBA players. Now, again, I understand the business, so I don't need to be explained to on the texting service why that is. I get it. The WNBA has a fraction of the audience that the NBA has, a fraction of the TV audience, a fraction of the live audience. It's not even not even a blip on the radar that is the NBA. But it still just shows you the gap between that. When you talk about this woman's accomplishments going into her career, if this would have been a male going into that career, it would be a way. I mean, look at those other two guys there. I mean, there's a possibility Bronny James doesn't even make it in the NBA.
Yeah, right.
There's a possibility that guy never plays a play in an NBA uniform if his dad doesn't intervene. And he is on this list making more money than Caitlyn Clark.
But the name and likeness deal is because they have to figure out how much can we get off of your name,
right? How
many jerseys can we sell?
Now, I think she's going to wind up making an assload of money. I mean, her basketball thing is just a place for her to showcase,
stay healthy, and keep going.
That's it.
Now,
keep shooting.
And if I remember correctly, my guy Jim had some feelings about the NIL deal when it first went through. Does that change now with Caitlyn Clark in this whole situation?
No, she's going in. For me, she's going into pro, so her NIL deal kind of works. I don't like it in high school, boss.
Yeah, whoa. That was a jump. Neither do I.
I don't like it in high school. I don't mind it in college. The schools make so much money off these kids. It's almost criminal. And because here's the deal, right? A lot of these kids won't make it to the pros. They may get injured or whatever. The NIL is the only possibility for them to make a few bucks before that happens. So I have no problem with that. I mean, you get popular. You have a cool haircut. People like the way you play or whatever. Go make your money. I got no problem with that because the schools are making an obscene amount of money off your talents and skills. And before you text me about the college education, it pales in comparison to how much the school makes. Their education, that's great. I get it. But the education and its cost is a blip on the radar of money that those schools make off those star athletes. It's a joke.
It's going to be cool, though, to see Caitlyn Clark not play in the WNBA at some point because a lot of our WNBA stars don't stay in this country.
They go to Europe?
They go to...
That's how...
A texter pointed out, Brittany Griner. That's why she was playing in Russia, because she was actually making more there.
Sure.
Way more.
Well, a lot of the guys who don't make it in the NBA or have like smattering careers in the NBA go to Europe and do quite well.
Yeah, but
baseball, back in the day, it was baseball in Asia.
But there's a huge difference.
Japan.
Yeah.
The women are getting paid more.
Yeah, or are they really?
Way
that's cool.
more.
That's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, it's cool if you are in Ukraine, but as an American on a radio show, it's kind of a bummer.
Well, I mean, our skilled soccer players have to go elsewhere to make money because the soccer doesn't really play here in America yet. So, I mean, I don't really have a problem with that. I mean, there's a lot right there that I've got to pick apart. So when it comes to soccer players going over there, that's also a stronger competition. Right.
I don't know much about women's basketball, but I'm pretty sure that you're going to have great competition here in the I couldn't tell you a single team over there. I could tell you at least about the LA Sparks. That's probably due to proximity. But soccer players are going over to Europe for higher competition and also to get paid more, sure. But that's because it's a stronger competition.
Okay.
And then I would say...
So you're saying that you don't think the basketball game in Europe is as strong as the basketball game in the U.S.?
I'm saying that soccer players are not going over to Europe to solely get paid more money. They are going over to Europe because they are on that tier. They are a little bit further. Soccer has been happening in Europe for 100+ years.
Right, and that's happened like not many times. I mean, there's only like a few guys in the U.S. history who really made an impact over there, right?
I would say like in
Christian
total, I would say like 10 to 12 Americans that put a dent over in European soccer.
That's not that many.
No. But they didn't go over there just to make more money. They also went out there with kind of an American chip on their shoulder going, the red, white, and blue can do it to you guys as well.
They cannot.
Not
at that level. I mean, these guys are playing professional soccer since they're 13. You can't do that in the States.
There is, but it's such a team thing. I get more excited over an American coach than anything than a player.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jesse Marsh.
All right, 407-916-1041. You can text us at 77031. Yeah, I saw the story today. I was like, man, that's a little crazy. I mean, she's going to make plenty of money. She's going to have a great career, bar injury. She's going to be a lot of fun to watch. She's going to bring a lot of new eyes to the WNBA, at least for a short period of time. They'll watch.
So I love this topic, and I've had this topic. I think everybody's kind of had this conversation with a friend at a bar to some degree of women's NBA and why don't they get paid as much? And off of all the things that I have looked up over the years when it comes to why are women getting paid X amount of dollars for the same job when it comes to the world of sports, I would have to say that in the formative years, see that, Jack? Formative years of professional sports, women were not thought of. So the puberty that professional sports went through,
right?
Just those formative years, they are crucial. Every day is massive. A new regulation, a new rule, a new salary clause.
Women were, it was against the law for women to go and see the Olympics.
So if you're wondering, in my opinion, and I know this seems really liberal and white knight, but if you ask me, why don't women WNBA players make as much? The answer is men like 80 years ago. That sponsorships... look at your stereotypical corporate CEO. Those are mainly men.
But the products are different, buddy. I mean, the products are way different. I mean, you're not going to find anybody in the WNBA leaving the free throw line to slam. You're not going to see any, you're not going to see block shots at the top of the. That has, I agree that definitely has an impact. But women have been playing professional tennis and professional golf since the 40s.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there are sports that they excelled in. And by the way, I believe professional tennis for women is, as viewing-wise, is as popular as it is for men.
And I would use golf and tennis. That's a great example. Those are, you don't necessarily, I know that there are commissions, but there's not a league. There's not a gatekeeper, really. I know this sounds crazy. There's not a gatekeeper for, I think, tennis or golf outside of the financial cost it needs for training and all of that. But golf, the beautiful thing about it, it's a black and white number at the end of the day. If you shoot 60, you can't tell me I didn't win this trophy. But in basketball and football and all those professional sports, there's a lot more gatekeeping in that than, let's say, golf and tennis when it's one person versus one person. If you win every match, you're going to be crowned a champion. But if you are a basketball player that pissed off a coach, well, now your career might be a little bit different.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. All right, 407-916-1041. Deb, you just caught on fire.
I know.
I don't know what happened, but you just went up in flames. That was kind of fun to watch. I'm going to be honest with you.
I've always been hot to sit next to.
All right. All right, 407-916-1041. Well, I'm interested to see her play. I mean, is there a team that is the favorite, is a favorite to get her?
You don't know which WNBA team has the first draft pick?
I do not know, buddy. No, I mean, do you?
I can name the LA Sparks.
I'm telling you.
Because Ross just told me.
Yeah, the LA Sparks is about the only one I can name as well.
Houston Dash? I think it's Houston Dash.
Couldn't tell you, buddy.
But
we had the Orlando Miracle.
Yeah.
I went to that. I went to one of those games.
You know what I heard? I heard somebody, our buddy LT, went to see, is it the Vanguards? Is it the Vanguard?
The roller derby?
No.
Because we do have a roller derby
It's
team.
It's another professional team we have here. Women's.
Oh, is it volleyball?
It's volleyball. Yeah. And that's another sport where women's volleyball gets more viewership than men's volleyball. And they're both NCAA Division I sports.
Oh, that's why. Because here's the word: beach.
No.
Volleyball.
We're talking about regular volleyball.
It's court.
Yeah, regular volleyball, Division I is a big sport for them. Matter of fact, I believe. And here's the other thing: were you aware? How many sports do you believe in Division I sports get full scholarships for girls?
For a girl, I'm not even computing the question.
Okay, so in men's sports, many of them get scholarships, correct? Basketball, baseball, football, track,
Yeah.
Swimming, whatever the case. Those are scholarship athletes, right? In other words, the school says, we love your talents. We would like you to swim for our school. Here's your free degree, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. And there are a number of sports, plenty of sports offered to men for full college scholarships. Now, did you know there are partial scholarships? There are scholarships where you can just get tuition. There are scholarships where you get tuition and boarding, but not books. I mean, there's all kinds of deals you can make. It's not just 1 or 2 3-year packages. You can do whatever you want. But if I remember right, when my daughter was playing volleyball, I believe there are exactly 3 sports that you can get a full scholarship in Division I sports as a female. And I believe it's softball, volleyball, and basketball, and that's it. All other sports, they don't have or don't give full scholarships. As to males, I think there are 10 or 12 sports that they get full rides. And I may even actually be over, it may be less than that. It may be less than the 3.
And the whole women's sports, the one pet peeve that I have about that conversation, and I've ran into this wall having this conversation with so many people in my life, is I just don't like it when it's just, tied up in one sentence. They don't throw it as fast, or they don't play it as well, or whatever it is. And I just beg of you to take a moment and understand, or just, nothing is as easy as one complete sentence. This is a complex issue that has been happening for decades when it comes to professional sports and women. And the last handful of years, European soccer has made leaps and bounds. They sold out Barcelona Stadium. They had 93,000 for a women's soccer game. The tide is turning if you just look a little bit, but don't hit me with the one complete sentence, this is why, because it's very few things are as that simple.
To answer your earlier question, or the point we raised, Caitlyn Clark is expected to go to the Indiana Fever because they have the number 1
Okay,
pick.
there you go. Indiana Fever. And she's a Midwest girl anyway, right? Doesn't she play for Iowa?
Iowa,
yep. Yeah, there you go. Not far from home.
Dude, she is Steph Curry.
Yeah, she is, but she shoots it from anywhere she wants and it goes in. It's like on a string. It looks fake. Like she just shoots it from wherever. It looks like they're filming a TV commercial where she just throws the ball up and they cut and it goes in.
Dude, there's been so many good Nike advertisements too over the record break.
She's got handles too, dude.
My favorite one, Deb, it's a photo of her shooting the shot, the record-breaking shot, and it just says, "You break it, you own it."
That's funny.
Oh, that's great.
That
really
is
good.
awesome.
And they say
so good.
She's foregoing her final year of college eligibility. I knew
That's okay, buddy.
I
It's
knew
fine.
it was going to
Eligibility.
happen. Wait, let me get to that out of the way.
And it's crazy that
That
she
felt good.
broke the record with free throws.
Right.
And then even after she broke the record with the second free throw, you know what the first thing she did? She went over to play defense. Didn't stop the game, didn't throw her hands up, didn't pop her jersey, none of that crap. She went over there and played defense.
She could have played another year and added to that point total.
Yeah. She wants to get that 80 thou. All right, 407-916-104. You load them up for last call.
I can't believe I'm going to say this, but go to Russia.
No.
They pay more.
No, don't go to Russia.
Don't go to Russia.
Don't go to Russia. And don't go there with a vape can. Whatever you do.
No. They care
Whatever
about
you do.
those.
All right, load them up for last call. A little joke, little callback, anything you want to do. 407-916-1041. All 5 lines are open. Grab one now. We'll do last call, and we'll have...
You heard it here first.
That's right. We'll do that next.
Got something to say?
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Barney.
Call now, 407-916-1041. Last call, sponsored by Life Imaging FLA. Now open. Call pound 250, keyword free heart scan.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hey there, Central Florida. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team Meteorologist Noah Bergen here. Temperatures over the next 2 days will be in the mid-80s. Saturday, record-challenging warmth will be in the upper 80s. 89 is the record from 1905. Will be pretty close. Sunday morning, a cold front comes through with some showers. Gusty winds could impact the final round of the Arnold Palmer Invitational. Rain amounts, very light. It's not a big deal. Sun should be back out by Sunday afternoon, and it will be gusty Sunday night into Monday, turning much cooler with lows in the low 50s Monday morning.
This report is sponsored by ExpressPros.com. Let Express Employment Professionals help you hire for contract or full-time jobs. Forget about posting jobs, sifting through resumes, and interviews with unqualified applicants. Go to ExpressPros.com to find the location near you. That's ExpressPros.com.
Rebath of Mid-Florida is here to do one thing and one thing only, and that is get you a bathroom that you are proud of, that you love. You know, you got to have good bathrooms in your home, and maybe your master bath is great, but that guest bathroom is an absolute mess, and your friends and family, when they come over, they're like, oh my God, this thing is terrible. You should do something. And then when you mention doing it, they're like, nope, don't you do that because it's going to take too long. They're going to charge you too much. These contractors are going to be in and out of your house for weeks. You'll see different people all the time. It's going to be a nightmare. That is not the case with Rebath at all, as a matter of fact. These guys have such an unbelievable reputation. They beg you to Google them. Please go Google these guys. It is 5 stars left and right, and here's why. They give you great products and an incredible installation, and they give you a good number as well. 436 in Altamont, right across from Kobe. That's where you'll find the showroom. Walk in, check out the models they have set up. And the models are just there to show you what the products look like. When you get with Rebath, they design a bathroom for you from the ground up, and it is custom. Every one of them is. That's there just to show you what the products look like. Log on to the website, look at those before and afters. They're doing magical stuff for people and really doing a good job. And if you wonder if they have the integrity, if their reputation is good, you know, the 2 big box stores that handle the DIY stuff, the blue and the orange, they use Rebath to install their bathrooms. If they can trust them, you can as well. Log on, book your appointment. It's rebathmidfla.com.
Tommy Mello here, owner of A1 Garage Door Service. Springtime savings are here, and now is the perfect time to service your garage. A1 is also your one call for garage floors and garage storage. Don't wait until a simple garage door repair becomes a major problem. Cracked or worn out bottom rubbers and seals expose your garage door to bugs and other pests, dirt, debris, and cold air. A1 Garage Door Service can replace old bottom rubber and seals in no time. And don't forget about all the moving parts of a garage door system. Wheels get old, cables fray, grease runs out, and tracks move, putting excessive wear and tear on your garage door system. Don't wait until there's a problem. Call A1 Garage Door Service for all of your garage door needs. Call today and take advantage of our $29.95 tune-up special. Because the garage door is the smile of your home, don't wait. Call A1 Garage Door Service and you'll be smiling today.
A1Garage.com. A1 from day one.
You got 1 week until the Florida Jobs Fair, so get the resume ready, press that suit, or just dress nice, dress to impress, because it's your opportunity to move up when it comes to your career. It's the Central Florida job market, more competitive than ever, but you don't have to be discouraged because the Florida Jobs Now Jobs Fair is happening 1 week from today. It's March 13th, noon to 4 p.m. at the Orlando Science Center. This is an opportunity to connect with over 70 recruiters right here in Central Florida. Some even offering on-the-spot interviews. Your next career is right in front of you. You can join us at Florida Jobs Now Job Fair. It's next week from noon until 4 p.m. at the Science Center. You can get the details at fljobsnow.com. That's fljobsnow.com.
At Consumer Cellular, you get the same exact coverage as the largest carriers, but for up to half the cost. Same thing, up to half the cost. Up to half the cost for the same thing. 50% the money for 100% the same thing. I hope I'm making myself clear. Consumer Cellular. When freedom calls, we're here to answer. Call us at 1-888-FREEDOM.
Half the cost savings based on cost of Consumer Cellular single-line 5GB data plan with unlimited talk and text compared to lowest cost single-line postpaid unlimited talk, text, and data plan offered by T-Mobile and Verizon May 2023.
Are allergies holding you back? Take control with Aspire Allergy and Sinus, your one-stop solution for a breath of fresh air. Our expert team offers comprehensive allergy testing and cutting-edge treatments so you can enjoy life without the hassles of sneezing and sniffles. Say goodbye to allergy and sinus struggles and hello to a healthier, happier you. Go to AspireAllergy.com today to ditch those temporary fixes and schedule your appointment. That's AspireAllergy.com.
Let's talk real risks and real safety for a sec. Right now, banks are juggling debts under the radar. Commercial properties, cars, credit cards they're owed on. It's a bit much, right? Makes you think about the big '08 crash. But there's a smoother way to handle your finances. I've turned to gold and silver. Traditional? Sure. Reliable? Absolutely. Not just shiny objects. Some stability in these uncertain times. Interested in exploring this path? Noble Gold Investments can guide you. They know their stuff about precious metals for IRAs and 401ks. And here's a little nudge. A 1/4 ounce gold standard coin free with a qualifying account only this month. Invest with the folks at Noble Gold Investments. Claim your free gold coin and secure your family's financial future. Just use the promo code GOLD. Go to noblegoldinvestments.com now. noblegoldinvestments.com. Past performance may not be indicative of future results. Investing in precious metals, including gold, involves risks. Consult with your tax attorney or financial professional before making an investment decision.
Car crash? Call Klausman. KlausmanLaw.com. That's KLAUSMAN.
The Jim Colbert Show, streaming live on YouTube. Watch us talk.
Hey, how's it, everyone? What's up? Anyway, brother here coming off some PT. Got a new hip 6 weeks ago and feeling really good.
Good for you, boss.
But Sister Deb, the story with the buffalo is the United States Army did not want to see the buffalo survive. Because if the buffalo did, then that means the Native Americans would also prosper. And that wasn't quite the plan for the United States Army, unfortunately.
It was ugly the way they used to slaughter them from train cars, just riding through the West, just shooting through open train. I mean,
tens of thousands
of thousands. I had a couple of buffalo as neighbors.
Did you really?
Yeah, as a kid in Wisconsin.
Oh, nice. All right,
That's pretty mean to call the Johnsons.
407-916-1041. We have no lines open for last call. It's full. We'll get to you guys in 1 second. Thanks for calling. We appreciate that. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb and Jack and Ross are here as well. Coming up tomorrow, we'll have Danny Meyering in. Date Night Done Right will be tomorrow. We also have our buddy Glenn Klausman in for Colbert Report tomorrow. Plus, we'll do your calls, texts, and talkbacks all day. More opportunities for you to see Tom Segura March 14th at the Kia Center. You'll see it with Jack and Deb and Scott Maxwell. We'll join you in a suite so you can check it out like a baller.
That's right. It's going to be sweet.
It is going to be sweet.
Sweet. Deb's my protection.
Is she really?
Yeah, she's my security.
Yeah, she'll have a blade on me. Trust me, you're good.
Got it on me now.
All right, let's do You Heard It Here First.
It's time for You Heard It Here First on The Jim Colbert Show.
All right, You Heard It Here First is a chance for us to share with you some of the stories that broke while we were on the air and didn't have a chance to cover them during Woke News. Nikki Haley, not the only person to drop out of the presidential race today. Minnesota Congressman Dean Phillips, who? Don't worry about it. He's also dropping out of the race for the Democratic presidential nomination. He made the announcement today during an interview with a radio station in his home state. Phillips said he's endorsing President Biden because, quote, the choices are so clear, end quote. He launched his long shot campaign last October because he believed Trump would defeat Biden in the general election. Phillips announced in November that he would not seek re-election for his seat in Congress. All right, stuff affecting your wallet. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell says he expects interest rates to begin their come down this year.
Yeah.
That's good news. In prepared remarks on Capitol Hill, he says he's not ready to say when yet.
Oh, come on. That's important. I'm about to buy a house.
He said the central bank leader added that policymakers are keeping an eye on risks that inflation poses.
Wow, I'm thinking about renting until this thing comes down. I'm being honest with you guys.
It's not
thousands of dollars, guys. It's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money. Speaking of money, anybody planning to travel soon?
Yes.
On an airline?
Yes.
Which airline?
Southwest.
Okay, you're cool.
Oh,
I'm good right now.
Okay.
I think I'm going Frontier.
Well,
I'm sorry, guys.
That's okay.
It's been
Delta.
bad.
It's okay. Delta Airlines is raising its checked bag fee, so expect others to follow. Just in time for spring break, the airline announced that the fee for a first and second checked bag will go up by $5 for most domestic and international short flights. Travelers will have to pay $35 for the first checked bag, $45 for the second checked bag. Those flying first class or customers with status perks still get complimentary check bags. Nice. You know, the people who can afford it never have to.
Right, exactly.
Delta says the move will help it deal with rising industry costs. Sad news out of the world of entertainment, where Steely Dan keyboardist Jim Beard has died at age 63.
I'll be damned.
Yeah.
Well, they just played last night.
According to
2 nights ago here.
2 nights ago, and according to Billboard, the musician passed away on March 2nd. An exact cause of death hasn't been released, but a spokesperson for the band said it was due to, quote, a sudden illness, end quote.
Oh, wow.
Beard started touring with Steely Dan back in 2008.
Wow.
And finally, speaking of money, don't forget to stop tonight on your way home, gentlemen and ladies. Tonight's Powerball jackpot is worth a paltry $485 million or $232 million for the cash option. And if that's not enough money, the Mega Millions drawing will be Friday night with an estimated jackpot of $687 million. That's $332 million for the lump sum. And you heard it here first.
There you go. Thanks, Deborah.
On the Jim Colbert Show.
Thank you very much. Don't forget that Mills Air is presenting the News Junkies Just Okay 8 at the Plaza. That's coming up March 16th. Spend your St. Pat's Day with the guys, the 3 best friends you never knew you had. They're going to have a lot of stuff going on. Sabby's Little Helpers, the Shabooms, Young Tapes, DJ Digital, Sean and C-Lane's Unnamed Band. That's very intriguing, by the way. You can enjoy a beatbox, the original Party Punch, meet Baby Sloth, and hang out in the Mo Zone, courtesy of JustCallMo.com. That's all happening March 16th. Just Okay. Go to realradio.fm/Just Okay.
Baby Sloth. Did you say Baby Sloth is going to be there?
Baby Sloth.
Baby. Deb, who do we have to thank today?
We want to thank, first and foremost, comedian Tom Segura, who we are going to get to see next Thursday at the Kia Center.
If you missed that interview, JimColbertLive.com, go to the goods.
You got it. Also want to thank zoo teacher Justin Johnson and ambassador animal keeper Amanda Moser, along with P.T. Cruiser, the prehensile-tailed skink from the Central Florida Zoo, Orlando Sentinel columnist Scott Maxwell, and last but never least, Sam Bowen and Candace Rich for running our YouTube chat.
Thanks, guys. We appreciate that very much. Jack, question of the day?
Yes, we asked in our YouTube chat, have you tried raw or unpasteurized milk?
God, I'm going to go, well, it says 4%, so I'll go 8%.
23% say they have.
Damn, that's so gross.
Wow.
Becoming a thing.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Get on the ground floor.
Stand up?
Yes, at the end of the month, March 30th, I'm out in Ocala, Horse Country, Marion Theater. Tickets are on rosscomedy.com. March 30th, Ocala.
Get them there. All right, let's do last call. Let's go. Jeff, last call.
Hey, you guys made me remember the first time I tried to do a podcast. Turns out Nextel wasn't the greatest platform.
Jay, last call.
Dear Tori, please make Jim stop putting his lips all over us. Sincerely, all milk jugs.
Oh, come on. Come on, man. I love milk. It's good. Sean, last call.
These lady sports, they get screwed. They're only 10 to 20% scholarships. So most of them, the girls that get 100% are few and far between. That's one of the lost things in that whole deal. Thank you, guys.
That's true, buddy. 100% true. Somebody was saying my numbers are a little off. I don't think they are. My kid played college volleyball, and we went through this entire thing, and those numbers were shocking when we were kind of considering putting her through that. And
that's why I take your International Women's Day and shove it.
Party Mom, last call.
So what did Spartacus say when the lion ate his wife?
I don't know. What did he say?
Thank you.
He said nothing. He was gladiator.
Oh.
Freed every day.
Thank you, Party Mom. The legend. Take us home.
All right. I think I would make for a good-looking naked bowler, and I'm a little offended by your earlier comments. Mike Buzzer Larson here. I went to a new car dealership, found a model I liked, and simply inquired about cargo space. Jimmy, you know what the salesman said?
What are you saying?
Said cargo road, no space. Quick, dog, give me the buzzer!
Give him another one.
Cargo on road, not space.
You know, sometimes he calls, and I talked to him before his last call, and today when he called up, he goes, Mike Buzzer Larson here. Russ, I got nothing. But you still believe in me, right? I believe in you.
All right, big show coming up tomorrow. Be sure to tune in. Go to JimColbertLive.com for everything Jim Colbert Show, including the goods, What'd You Do That's New Master List, a bunch of cool stuff on there. Plus, you can get our podcast. If you miss any of the program any day, you can get on the podcast for free. Download the iHeartRadio app and go to our site and download our podcast. All right, let's get the hell out of here. Big show coming up tomorrow. On behalf of Deb, Jack, and Ross, I am Jim. We follow the News Junkie. They follow the Monsters in the morning. After us, it's Tom and Dan with the Corporate Time and our friends from Real Laughs. We'll see you tomorrow at 3 for more of the Jim Colbert Show. Until then, have yourself a fantastic Wednesday evening.
And go put some hump in your day. Bye.
Oh, Lord.
A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan